Gotta have a Wawa.
I'm Bev. My husband Bill is living with idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, a type of interstitial lung disease that can scar your lungs and make it hard to breathe. ILD can be hard to diagnose. If you're out of breath with a constant dry cough, ask a pulmonologist if it could be ILD. Bill and I have been married for over 60 years, and we're looking forward to more. If you or someone you love may have ILD, find support, hope, and help at lungsandyou.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
Total Wireless totally has your back this holiday season. We give you up to 4 free 5G phones when you switch to the Total 5G Plus Unlimited plan. That's 4 gifts, 1 store. Plus, enjoy unlimited data that never slows you down. All for $30 a month or less when you get 4 lines. That's a holiday plan we can all get behind. Visit your local Total Wireless store to switch today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Dive into the weird, wonderful, scary, or sad with Stuff You Missed in History Class, a podcast spotlighting history that didn't get enough attention. From divorce ranches...
When we say it was easier to obtain the divorce, it was a lot easier.
...to mysterious death.
I love a little unsolved historical murder. They're fun.
Listen to Stuff You Missed in History Class on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Missed in History Class and start listening.
This safe driving message is brought to you by the Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt and JustCallMo.com. Whether it's the holiday season or any season, Mo encourages you to be considerate of other drivers and especially watch out for motorcycles. It's a busy time of year. Tourists are everywhere. Remember that someone is counting on you, so arrive safely. Saving 30 seconds that can cost you everything is simply not worth it. Injured in an accident? Call Mo at 1-800-CALL-MO. That's 1-800-CALL-MO or visit JustCallMo.com. Be safe and enjoy this season.
Spread the word, new drinks at Wawa, 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 Wawa. It's not around long, it's a limited offer. Wawa, 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 Wawa. Peppermint bark sugar cookie. Wawa, 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 Wawa.
The holidays are here, and so are Wawa's holiday beverages. Try the new caramel sugar cookie iced latte or peppermint mocha while the season lasts.
Wawa, Wawa, Wawa.
Have a Wawa.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Seeley.
It is Monday, December 16th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from drones in New York to the end may be near for daylight saving time, and the two huge characters you can now legally steal, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, Seeley.
What's up?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Good.
Good.
3 shows left, friends. 3 shows.
Not even. Less than 3.
Less than 12 hours.
Well, 3, counting this one, unless you're taking another day off.
No, I'm not taking another day off, but we have now started, so to me, it's 2 and 3/4.
Yeah. She may be leaving early today with her math, but we're gonna be out of here very soon, is the point. We don't have too much left.
And we'll miss you.
And yes, we will miss you, and I'm sorry that we sound like a bunch of whiners for the next 3 days, but too bad.
I'm not whining. I am celebrating.
I'm not
this
whining
short
either.
week.
Me too. I love it. I absolutely love it. I was thinking this weekend, I was like, how bad would everybody be? How angry would everybody be if we just took off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday?
Sean.
I'm not going to do it. I would never do that. Because people would melt down.
Upset. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
But then they'll forget about it by the time January rolls around. Sure.
It's too long. People go crazy, and it's fine. I go crazy too. I go a little stir crazy. And we got 3 more days to have some fun here, to enjoy ourselves. I barely stumbled through the intro. I'm bringing about. I try to bring my A game every day on the show, and end up bringing like a C or a D game.
It starts off like a high A. Dare I say A-. And then, especially in a week like this, it's fine. We're still passing with the C+, are we not?
I don't know. Probably we're not going to pass today. I'm really just...
Let's just D, G, A, F, and I think the people will love it.
We'll see what happens. Everybody have a good weekend. Anything fun go on? Something I should know about?
I did a practice for the big show coming up on Friday, and also in the midst of a purge of the house.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there may be some switch-ups in my living situation.
Yeah, what's
happening?
In
2025.
Oh,
That's all I could say. We say, oh, no.
It's moving forward, isn't it?
That being said,
who's moving where?
Boy, have I collected a lot of crap in my life.
Yeah, you just now noticed that? Of course you have.
But I've done it in such a organized way and storage style that once you start pulling things out, it's like, why do I need 4 Ethernet cords?
It's a hoarder light. That's where the territory that you're in.
Socially acceptable hoarding, but I have been.
One of these days, I'll just I'll take you down to my mom's storage facility, and you'll feel a lot better about yourself.
My neighbor talked to me about it. He's like, "Why don't you just get a storage unit?" I go, "You're crazy. This is a storage unit behind me."
So a couple of questions. Number one, the reason why I think you do a lot of that stuff is because
one day I'll use it.
You're a planner, number one, and number two, you're a pretty frugal person. Are your mother or father, or either one of them, they like to save things and they like to make sure they're getting the best bang for their buck?
My dad, for sure.
Your dad?
Definitely
okay. Well, we know that your dad used to buy the technology
or
that
Panasonic.
it was a TV. It worked. It did all the same things the Panasonic TV did, but guess what? Didn't have the brand on it. So what?
And also weighed 80 pounds. As well as my
heavier.
first laptop was a Sager. And that was from I don't know where, but it sounded like a rocket ship every time I turned it on.
Worked though, didn't it?
It
got
did.
You where you needed to go.
Exactly. So I'm in that same spot. But it was that moment over the weekend where I'm like, don't be your dad right now. Put everything away properly.
Did you do it? Did you part ways with a lot of stuff?
A lot of stuff.
Oh,
and I still have a lot to go.
How many Ethernet cables are you down to?
2.
Oh, good.
2, and I think long enough to sustain what I need it to sustain. But then there's other chords where I'm like, I don't know what they are, but I feel like I need to keep them just in case I find out.
Just want to toss this in the mix here.
Yeah, what up?
Seems like a good time. Is keeping cables and cords a hoarder behavior? Because if so, you can add me to the list. I have more cables and cords than any human being on planet Earth.
It's just, there's so many. And then you don't, when you need to find it, Sean, do you not just go buy it? And then realize that you had that the whole time and 4 times over?
I'll have to tell you, this is a point of contention between Courtney and myself. There aren't many points of contention, but this is a point of contention. There will be a package that gets delivered to the house. She gets excited. She likes the Amazon deliveries showing up. Who doesn't? She goes to the front door. She gets it. And probably 1,000 times, she's opened the package, and there's just like an XLR cable, a microphone cable. And she'll go, cables, more cables. Do you need any cables? And then,
which is great because that just means that for, now that the cable has arrived, you need to test it out, which means you need to leave the garage door open and check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2.
This woman hates cables. Nobody hates cables more than she hates cables, and she's right for it.
To kind of go on what Sabrina was saying. This happened to me recently because both Sabrina and I brought hand warmers to the broadcast on Thursday because we thought we were going to be super cold. And I had that thing since last year. And I have opened a drawer looking for other things 100 times over the years and found that damn hand warmer. And Thursday morning, it was nowhere to be found. Now that I want the hand warmer, it is mysteriously under my bed.
Story of my life.
Oh, God.
Also, all 3 of us really look great on the left side of our face.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a little extra
tan. We got
tan.
a solid tan just on the left side.
You can't see it, but C-Lane for a little while had some sunglasses rocking. I
had a tiny little tan line. Just from my eye back to my ears. It was just a thin little, that was a thing for a day.
So are you going to be leaving your house? Is that what's happening here? Oh, okay. You're just making room for more stuff.
Yes.
For
so
more
technically
people.
The house is big enough for 3 to 4 people. But somehow I've managed to pack every inch of it.
Are you going to get 3 to 4 people in the house? Or
I don't know. 2025 could be a weird year.
All right, we'll see. We'll keep our eyes peeled on that. I know C-Lane went this weekend to the theme parks.
Went to Disney World, baby. First time since high school, I think. Well, first, except for Epcot. First time going
are we talking almost 20 years?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow. But you know what? That picture worth 1,000 words.
Yeah. Well, that was a great time.
Pie.
So we brought Jack to Disney for the first time, which I had been pushing off.
Can I say, he's a massive kid.
Yeah.
He's such a big kid.
Yeah, I
he
know.
looks like he's 4.
Trust me, I know, because he can't walk himself yet. So
Of course he can't walk. He's the size of a 4-year-old.
Just get one of those dog wheelchairs and just put him on that, and he can crawl, but it rolls him faster.
You were probably just part of the the stroller militia, where all the people just you put the baby in the stroller.
We did it, and so we took my mom with us, and there were times where we had to park the stroller, and she goes, "You just leave the stroller here? It's an expensive stroller." And I was like,
"Right."
I was like, "Look how many strollers there are. If you were going to steal a stroller, first of all, you have your pick." Of the really expensive ones.
They throw an air tag in that.
But also the time it would take you if you were just there to steal a stroller to get off Disney property before you were caught with this. I mean,
good luck.
That's pretty hard to do.
Look at this little guy.
It's the cutest picture I've ever seen.
He was so we had gone to.
It's you as a baby.
I know,
man.
It's you shrunk down and not even that much.
Hold on, just kind of face that.
Look at that. Gosh, he's so cute.
We had gone to Magic Kingdom first, which was more for me than for him because I finally got to see Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
And
man.
Holy crap.
Right.
There were a couple moments where Ashley was making fun of me because I was making that face when I saw some of the things. Like,
Can you imagine if you switch the photo and he's holding you like that?
she was saying, yeah.
I could almost imagine that, yes.
Yeah. And no, it was just really well done. The rides were super fun. The one where you get jobs, we were engineers. First of all, I don't know
buttons.
I don't know what was going on with the ride and show crew at Magic Kingdom. Wait, not Magic Kingdom. Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what was going on with the staff there because these rides had like 45 to 50-minute waits. And we did the single riders line, and both of the rides we got to sit together. And on Rise of the Resistance, we had the whole car to ourselves. I'm like, if it's 50 minutes long, where are all these people?
Did you guys do the pass, the genie pass?
No,
like
nothing like that. We just did the single rider line. We left the baby with my mother.
Oh, right.
Nice.
But we got through the ride super quick. The only thing we really couldn't get into because it was too full was I wanted to see the cantina and like get one of those
with the jizz music?
weird looking drinks, listen to the jizz music, but they were just full and there was like no walk-ins at the time.
Those rides are so fun, number one. And Rise of Resistance is one of my favorite rides. The other one,
I got the boring job. I just have to press one button.
There's a ride, folks, just so you know, in Star Wars Land in Hollywood Studios, the theme park. And it's one of the Star Wars rides. What's that one called, C-Lane? Not Rise of the Resistance.
Smuggler's Run.
Smuggler's Run. And when you go in there, you are assigned one of several jobs when you get into the spacecraft. And everything in front of you is this like screen in this spacecraft you're in. It's really cool graphics and it's really fun, but you have a different role. And the first time I got that role, I was on with some very serious people who are huge Star Wars fans. And I'm not exaggerating here. I am maybe one of the worst video game players that has ever been born. I'm so bad at this. And I was crashing into everything, and the folks who were with us were like, "Oh my god!"
Our pilots were like a 6-year-old and her mother, and like so. I'm in the engineer thing.
You're like, get it together.
I need to sort this out a little bit better.
I'm waiting for them to line up the ship, so that I can deploy the tow cable. And I'm just like waiting, and I'm trying not to. I don't want to yell at a 6-year-old right now, but like Ashley was the same way. She's like, "Are we allowed to
scream?
Kind of, chastise the child in front of us for not doing their job?"
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's but those rides are very good. I remember getting off of those rides. We have a lot of listeners who work on the staff of both of those. And I remember getting off of Rise of the Resistance, and just like you were saying, the smile that Jackson has on his face, you're like, that was me.
When we walked into the room where it was like, it looked like the part of the Death Star where there's like a whole rows of stormtroopers like ready and spaces behind them. And I was just the same thing with the room we were about to get on the Millennium Falcon. When you walk by the place where the Wookiee is playing chess, it's just
feels like you're in the damn movie.
It is, and I had that look on my face, and my wife was making fun of me for that. And then I was wondering something about the Rise of the Resistance ride, and I'm sure there's nothing but answers on the texting service. But I was like looking at the floors. I was like, this thing's not really on a track. Like you can see some lines, but that just might be because it's like moved over that path. It's
just cruising. Yeah, it's just cruising around.
I was curious as to what controls it, and I made the mistake because stupid me, right? Of asking the ride attendant on the way out, hey, how's that work? Is that on a track or something? And he gave me the most Disney friggin' annoying
Obviously,
answer.
It's the magic of Mickey Mouse.
He said R5 was driving the vehicle. the droid and R5 was driving.
I've had this.
Thanks for nothing, asshole.
Same conversation with a Disney worker outside of the property. I was like, hey, you're not at work.
You could tell me now.
How's that? And they're like, well, it's just the magic of Mickey Mouse.
And you guys know what story. You know what story I'm going to tell now. But I always love the story of when we were going on the Harry Potter ride, and Sabrina is hanging out, maybe enjoying herself, and I said, the Harry Potter ride, when we go in that elevator, it actually takes us 19 stories underground.
I don't remember that at all.
And
are you talking about Courtney or me?
No, you. Absolutely, this happened. 100% you. Ask Courtney, actually. And you go, this doesn't actually go underground when you go in the elevator. And you went over to ask the Harry Potter employee, and they
throwback.
go, well, of course the elevator goes down. You know,
I told you, effers.
How else can we get to Slytherin's lair or whatever? Nobody can tell you the truth. And my favorite thing ever was one time.
I'm tired of this story already. Please stop.
No, one time we went to go into the restaurant for Harry Potter, and we go to walk in, and the woman who's an employee there, it was right around COVID times. And the woman looks at Courtney and she goes, have you signed in on the Magic app? And Courtney thought she was in Harry Potter mode and not saying, do you have a reservation on the Disney app? And Courtney's like, oh, yes. You know, we talked to Dumbledore. And the lady's like, no, have you signed in? And they go back and forth. And it got
Moaning
weird.
Myrtle reminded me that there was something happening.
It got weird, and then we just walked away. It just got too weird. We didn't even eat at the place. We went somewhere else.
It's the same thing where I thought butterbeer had booze in it. And I was like, never mind. I will magically drink somewhere else. Thank you.
Oh, man. Oh,
Good time, though. A lot of walking. I think a lot, much more so than any of the Universal parks. Just, I spent all day Sunday just on the couch, sore.
It is a lot. Yeah. It's a lot, man. You could just walking from your car to the inside the park. You go, oh man, we're just getting started here, and this is a lot. It's a whole damn thing. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers in the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. Opening clip, 17 minutes in.
Let's go,
that's the week we're looking at here. All right. So if you like this, you're gonna get more of it for 2.5 days, 2 3/4, 2 9/10 days. We go to a political event in New York City where honored guest speakers, I'm just riffing from the top of my head here. I remember this from the event. Mm-hmm. Honored guest speakers include Steve Bannon, Nigel Farage, Dan Scavino, and Corey Lewandowski.
Right.
At the 112th.
You could have made yourself a little bit more not reading. But
what are you talking about? No,
I just the stream know what I'm talking about.
This is just from the top of my head here. And one of those guys, I don't know who it is, was up at the podium when his brain started melting.
Mitch McConnell?
There he goes. No, they're close.
Oh, no. What are you doing? I'm forgetting my words. But sham impeachment.
What? Oh, there's that look.
Oh,
there's the look. And ready?
And over. Oh. The whole podium went with him.
He took the whole podium down.
Yeah, hang on. I'll bring it back and I'll pump up the volume a little bit on this so we can hear it a bit better.
And when you pump it up right before he falls, you hear a woman go, "Someone catch him!"
All right, here he goes. Let's see.
Oh, no. What are you doing? I'm forgetting my words. But sham impeachment.
Sham impeachment.
Ready?
That was him, just for the record. That was him. He was trying to say sham impeachment, which is what somebody in the crowd said to him.
I thought he said human beings.
No. Listen again. Sham impeachment.
Oh, no. What are you doing? I'm forgetting my words. But sham impeachment.
Oh.
Ready? And this lady.
He's going.
There it is.
Catch him. Whole thing kicks over. And what that looks like to me is when this can happen from time to time. If you're speaking at an event and there's a lot of eyeballs on you, it's a very public thing. Sometimes you start thinking about it a little too much as the words are coming out of your mouth. Yeah, and then the anxiety starts to like kind of hit you in waves a little bit.
You faint.
And you go out of body for a moment, and then your words get weird.
That sounds like a bit of a condition to me.
This, to me, sounds like a panic attack. That's what it sounds like to me. It could be a lot of different things, but I think that's what happened. Remember when the news lady was doing, somebody mentioned this in chat, the Bertation moment? When the news lady was speaking during her review or during her segment, and she just completely fell apart.
That I could see. Him passing out completely, that definitely could be because of panic or anxiety, but whatever switch in his brain, like his body went into flight mode.
Yeah.
And all of it went out except for his hands that kept a solid grip on that podium.
Yeah, and the whole thing went over with him. This is what it reminded me of, this poor lady during the news.
CBS 2's Serene Branson is live at the Staples Center. Highlights and backstage coverage we're seeing for the very first time.
So smiley.
Well, a very, very heavy debatation tonight. We had a very Darrison, let's go to Terrace English for the bit.
What now? Okay.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
You know what sucks about that is after that, when I Googled Bertation News, the thing that comes up is that clip, and then there's the clip where it's like, Shannon explains their terrible moment on the air, and I go, oh, now I kind of feel a little bad, but not that bad. We have a lot to talk about today. Okay. We have some, we rephrase. We have a couple of things to talk about today.
We're just gonna
drones.
Yeah.
A week of drones.
Can I tell you, every time I looked up in the sky to see a plane, I was like, Sean thinks that's a drone.
No, there's some drones out there, though. There are some drones out there. We'll talk about more than drones and bikes today. And I know I saw
bikes. Drones and bikes.
No,
drones
please.
And bikes.
I saw somebody send a dispatch in on Friday, and they're like, God, you're talking about bikes all the time today. It's a bike drive, dude. We're trying to get bikes for little kids. I'm sorry, the podcast sucks. Yeah. What do you want from me, man?
And also, we broke 200, so suck it.
Yeah,
it works.
Exactly. A fart.
All right. Right. And beat Tampa, too. You know what I mean? Like, we just pat ourselves on the back a little bit, right? We'll talk to our friend Amy Coffelt a bit later on in the show. We'll talk about these drones. We'll talk about an incredibly gross habit that you might be guilty of. And we'll talk about a whole lot more on a very busy and fun Monday with just a couple of shows left. That is all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Introducing the latest way to hear the greatest station in the world. Just tell Siri to play Real Radio 104.1. You're welcome, iPhone users.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities have cleared up that accident on Florida's Turnpike southbound near Orange Blossom Trail, although there are still some residual delays in that area, so travel with caution. Bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. You could expect your regular delays in the Lake Buena Vista area. There's an accident where Forest City Road meets Pembroke Drive. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. You've got great taste. That's why Wawa lets you customize a delicious crispy or roasted chicken sandwich just the way you want. Chicken how you wanna at Wawa.
The Orlando Magic are home for the holidays. Be a part of the action at Kia Center during Magic games against teams like the Miami Heat, Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, and more. Get your tickets today for these big games at OrlandoMagic.com.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all, and you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit FenceOutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay, get your GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay, get your GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Planning holiday get-togethers means making tough, last-minute decisions. But preparing the perfect meal shouldn't be one of them. So let the Fresh from Florida Club help. Members can browse hundreds of recipes, from sweet corn and sausage stuffing to Florida spiny lobster bisque, each with local, in-season ingredients to create and save holiday menus ahead of time. Visit freshfromflorida.com and join the free Fresh from Florida Club. It could be the easiest decision you'll make all year.
Remember that meal you made last Christmas? The one that everyone still talks about? The one with Fresh from Florida sweet corn and sausage stuffing and strawberry parfait for dessert? Of course you do. That's because you're a member of the Fresh from Florida Club. You went to freshfromflorida.com, created a menu from your favorite recipes, and saved it as best Christmas dinner ever. This year, you'll go online, open up that menu, and bam! You've made that meal that everyone is talking about again. The Fresh from Florida Club. You're not just creating menus, you're creating memories.
This car accident attorney Jeff Kaufman with injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind. Here's what sucks. I just read an article that 40% of all Florida drivers don't have insurance. That's a scary situation because if they cause the accident, you're on the hook for it all. That's why it's important to make sure you have uninsured motorist coverage. If you or someone you know is in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. Offices Orlando.
Are you ready to sell your commercial real estate and cash in on your investment? Don't wait. With the market heating up, buyers are eager and the selling opportunities are endless. Our expert team at Transworld will help you get the best deal for your property. We handle everything from listing to closing so you can focus on what matters most to you. Call Transworld Commercial Real Estate at 800-205-7605 or visit transworldcre.com. Again, that's transworldcre.com. Call today to schedule a consultation. Our dedicated professionals will provide a free property assessment and a customized marketing plan to attract the right buyers. One more time, call Transworld Commercial Real Estate at 800-205-7605 or transworldcre.com.
Attention! Guarantee Media is giving away 4 days in Jamaica, Bahamas, or Punta Cana, Dominican Republic with hotel and airfare included for just $99. Here's how. Be one of the first 50 listeners to name a country without the letter A in its name, and you'll be off to a vacation to the Caribbean. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. And you'll get 4 days in Jamaica, Bahamas, or Punta Cana, Dominican Republic with hotel fare included. That's right. Be one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, and you'll go on a 4-day vacation to the Caribbean. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. Be one of the first 50 listeners to name a country without the letter A in its name and get 4 days in the Caribbean with hotel and airfare included for only $99. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. This promotion is paid for by Guarantee Media to solicit vacation ownership sales and is not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Bill, and I'm living with idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, a type of interstitial lung disease that causes scarring of the lungs and makes it hard to breathe. ILD can be hard to diagnose. So if you're out of breath with a constant dry cough, ask a pulmonologist if it could be ILD. My wife, Bev, and I have walked every step of this journey together. I couldn't have traveled this road alone, and neither should you. Get help. Find hope. Go to lungsandyou.com.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
Just a handful of shows left in 2024. And a lot of stuff to talk about in that period of time. So do join us and send us your dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com. One thing I want to talk about today, and I was thinking about this a little bit this weekend. Don't take this the wrong way. Just thinking about it because it was part of a conversation that I had with Courtney. I think some people will disagree here, but it feels to me like dating in 2024 is the most miserable thing ever. It seems like
it's
dating
like the number
now,
one reason my wife won't divorce me.
I really believe, just looking at this, and I know some of you will probably come at me and they'll go, Sean, are you crazy? We have all this technology. We can use...
That's exactly why.
You can use the apps to meet people. I can connect with people who I never would have been able to connect with before. And I tell you, I'm not in the dating pool. Right? I'm not out there. I've never used any of these dating apps or anything like that. So for once, I'm admittedly coming at this from an absolute state of ignorance. But I do want to open it up to those of you who are single out there. Send us dispatches. Is it as bad as I think, or do you disagree? Do you think dating right now is better because of all this technology?
I can speak from a 2023 perspective. Mm-hmm. And that was after getting out of a long-term relationship. And prior to that was like my first little bout at the dating apps.
Yeah.
Getting back into the game, it was so overwhelming and frustrating that I can imagine it has spilled over into 2024. Like, it's too much with the apps.
It's a lot.
It's too much with the apps. Even like creating a profile, I remember with Tinder back in the day was like, there's your picture, put a little bio, swipe left and right. Open up the app when I was single again, and it was like, you're going to need to upload 3 videos and photos, answer these prompt questions, and by the way, hundreds of people like you, but you can't see them unless you pay $49.99.
Oh, you're a premium member?
Delete. No, I didn't do it.
No, I'm saying it tells you, oh, you're a premium member? Well, I'm sorry, you've got to be super premium.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, what?
But here's someone that you run into all the time at a local bar, so good luck.
Okay, and back in the day, when all 3 of us were in the dating pool and websites and stuff were around, did you have to worry that somebody had a very flattering photo of themselves that wasn't maybe representative of them?
I think you still have to worry about that.
Now, you have to worry if the photo is AI.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have to worry if the person's even a living, breathing human being that you're talking to.
And that's
you
such a
start
difference.
there.
I know a good amount of people who will take pictures and like do the filter app, but also like switch it up.
Facetune.
The Facetune and all of that, and just to post it. And I think about that moment where I'm like, no one but you is really honing in on your Instagram post, mostly because everyone's just swiping by. They'll throw it a like, and then they'll never remember it again. Now, when it comes to a dating app profile picture, like that is your first glimpse of the person. If it's completely face-tuned, then yeah, you're in for a real treat when you meet in person.
Yes, you meet the person, you go, who the hell are you? What is it? And now, here's one thing that seems kind of messed up to me. Now, if you meet the person and they don't look like their profile photo, or they use like AI to make them look better somehow, and you tell them that, now you're the rude person? Like, how dare you? This is very vain of you. Why are you judging me just on looks? You should be judging me on my person. And it's like, no, you falsely represented who you were.
But is that something you need to say at the first date, or you just know that you're not going on a second date?
That's why I'm not in the dating pool anymore, because I would just be like, who are you? And what are you doing here? This is not the person from the app that I met.
I also feel like there's difficulty in, besides the AI filtered photos that are at high risk, like how long are you texting back and forth, messaging, until you exchange phone numbers? Or do you say, well, looks like the app matched us up. Do we schedule a date? Is that kind of a blind date? What's the, the length of getting to know each other via messages? It's all very strange.
And getting to know each other, I'm sorry, everybody. It's miserable. It's miserable getting to know people.
Unless you hit it off real quick.
I like knowing people, but the whole, all right, what kind of pizza do you like? You know, What's your favorite?
Thank God you're not single, dude.
I wouldn't lead with that necessarily, but I'm saying you got to learn all these things about somebody. Like if I sat you down and your girlfriend down, you guys would know basic things about each other. Sure. But you have to learn all of those things. Just the whole process seems like it's a nightmare. And I don't know, maybe before all the technology, things were better. Things were better in the dating world. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that. Is dating a nightmare like I think it is in 2024? Or is it actually better in your estimation because of all the technology? Let us know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now.
I saw a tweet over the weekend that I thought was kind of funny in as much as I don't know anything about dating apps because I've never used them.
Mm-hmm.
But this one girl said, like, yeah, I've been on these dating apps and I matched with this guy and then we kind of ghosted each other. And then I just keep matching with him on other apps and it'll come up and we'll say hi to each other and be like, oh, hey, it's you again. Oh, it's you again. And she's like, I'm pretty sure this is one of my longest relationships. It's just randomly. It'd be like somebody that you would run into everywhere. Like, I see you everywhere.
Sure.
I run into you everywhere, except digitally.
Dude,
because
Go ahead. One of the weirdest things that I had encountered when I was doing the apps, because there was one app that you could open it up to anybody. I don't want to deep dive into my decision at that point, but it was just like, okay, I'm willing to meet
anybody.
Mm-hmm. And then pops up someone I went to high school with her husband.
Oh, really?
And it's like, we don't bite hard. I'm like, name insert here. I've known you since I was tiny.
Wait. As far as anybody, like couples were included there?
That popped up for me, and I immediately deleted and changed my settings a bit because that was strange. But then I just, you get into these moments, especially, and I imagine this is part of the nightmare of dating, is running into people like. Just
from your past,
or people that you know, friends of friends, and you're not interested in them, but they've clearly, like, you've popped up for them, and now at one point you're going to run into each other, and they're going to know you swiped left.
I have to tell you, I'm so lucky on that because I've moved around, so I don't have like a huge history in town. I don't have like people who I could run into.
Now Chicago. Just
only one person in Chicago.
Bodies everywhere.
Windy City.
And the only other person in this city is shipped off. And then, you don't have to worry about that anymore. You don't have to go to Publix and go, oh, God.
An astronaut, huh?
And you don't want to do that. It seems so bad. But a lot of people on chat are saying, actually, it's the same. They're saying it's the same. It's all just about still trying to find somebody. I don't know if I believe that, though. I think it's not. I think it now seems so weirdly sanitized and like a show. It's like a performance now. And that doesn't seem fun to me. I'd rather meet a human being, go, do we click? Do we get each other? And then move on from there. But
and then
now,
for us to be like, do you listen to the show and how often?
Oh, yeah, God. Of course, that, whole wrench in the machine with that part of it, too. I just was thinking about that a little bit this weekend. And Courtney, who now believes she's into the world of AI, I don't have the heart to tell her that it's not too much AI that she's getting into, but she has this photo app that she likes a lot now, and she can.
So she's basically just sending all her pictures to China.
She is. They've got all of the data, all of the Courtney photo data.
Till end of TikTok.
And she goes, oh, look, I can make myself AI like this, or I can make myself into a cartoon character, and I could do. And I'm yes. And then she says immediately, like, oh, my God, somebody could just take these photos and put them on a dating profile, and you would meet that person and go, you are not the person that you sent to me. Is landmines
Did
everywhere.
Courtney just figure out catfishing in her head?
She did. She did. She's not very experienced on the internet, Sealand. She doesn't internet certainly like I do. I'll have to tell her. I'll go, oh, okay. You found
That's how
some
you
AI.
say it to her?
I try not to. But the thing is, I talk to her about AI nonstop because I am deep, deep, deep into the world of AI now.
Robot uprising.
I am so far deep into the world of AI because I know what's happening here, and we're at the forefront of the most massive thing in the history of human civilization. And I continue to tell her things that make her eyes glaze so much folks, you've never seen a human being more bored than
Sean's girlfriend.
When I'm telling her these stuff, I'm like, look what I did. Look what can happen. Look at it. And I've been telling her about the latest chat GPT.
That's why he just texts me randomly sometimes.
Because you like technology.
I know, but you need an audience that appreciates it. So he'll text me like, dude, I just did this thing with the AI and we got these alerts now. And all you need, you just hit, if we just tack it to some buttons and
it's so bad. I'm so deep into this stuff. And as my audience is like 2 people now because there's not enough people who know about this. But the chat GPT thing, excuse me, the chat GPT thing over the weekend, Hakuna Matata, was
chapter 2.
Mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing to me. So we have to talk about that for at least a tick here on the show. We have to talk about something that's happening in a lot of relationships to go on the dating front that is gross, and people aren't talking about it. We got Amy Coffelt, I believe, coming up in just a bit, who went to a crazy party this weekend, from what I could tell. We're loaded up.
Those shirts were great.
Yes, they were. We have a lot to talk about. It's all coming up next in the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Monday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting about a 40% chance of some off and on scattered light to moderate showers. Not everyone will see the rain, and it won't be an all-day event. That being said, we are going to be expecting rain chances to increase tomorrow and into Wednesday with a 50% chance tomorrow and 60% chance Wednesday. Temperatures, though, through midweek will be right around the upper 70s and low 80s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Check engine light, oh so bright? Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change and get a quality oil change that's quick but never rushed. Go to VIOC.com to save up to $15 off. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your go-to oil change for holiday travel.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Hey, Florida drivers, the holiday season is upon us. When celebrating, always plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Besides, a DUI could cost you $10,000. Not exactly the best gift you could give yourself. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando. Keep
listening to Magic 107.7 on the free iHeartRadio app, or just search Holiday in the app for more holiday music, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
At Batteries Plus, you'll find trusted, dependable, fully charged batteries for your car or truck, plus free battery testing and expert installation, too. Life's waiting, and you have places to be. Power on with Batteries Plus. Over 700 locations nationwide.
Anti-Semitism takes many forms, from a passing comment in casual conversation to vandalism and even violence. Shine a Light is a national initiative to spotlight anti-Semitism. A coalition of over 60 Jewish and non-Jewish organizations from across the U.S. and Canada, Shine a Light draws inspiration from Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights, to encourage Jews and allies to speak out against anti-Semitism and send a message that we are stronger together. Join us at shinealighton.com.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
drones. And we have some answers, perhaps. It's getting interesting for sure. We'll do a full rundown on that coming up in a bit on the show. Also, Amy Coffelt in a matter of minutes. You can join us on the show at any time. All you have to do is send us what we call a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record yours right now. I hope to hear your voice or see us. Send a video dispatch, for God's sake, in just a couple of minutes here. I was saying the game changer for me was when I was like, this is it. Like, the AI is now alive to me. And this weekend, they announced these new features for ChatGPT, which includes the ability to go live with your camera and speak with ChatGPT, with the AI. And they were showing some of the examples of how you could use this, and some of them were very simple.
My friend Johnny Diggs did it.
Did he?
And was talking to the AI about how he's just showing people how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And they were responding to
in real time. Yeah. Well, so I'll give you some simple examples of how to use it. One was somebody put their camera up and they connected it to ChatGPT and they go, I'm about to do a workout. Will you critique my form? Oh. And they go over and they start lifting, and ChatGPT is like, be sure to keep your elbows straight and make sure you're
weird.
Watching in real time. And then they're like, okay, you're now my personal trainer. Encourage me and then tell me new exercises and lifts I should do.
And that's ChatGPT, or that's another AI company?
It's OpenAI's ChatGPT.
So OpenAI seems to be still at the forefront of everything.
Definitely.
Like, I've heard of other AIs and companies. I know people are using it, but this one keeps coming up.
Yes.
And they keep getting more and more technology that I imagine we'll find with other AIs in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy that they're the first and the best with a murder.
Well,
I mean,
you mean we talk about this, the person who died, who is the whistleblower guy? Yeah. That there's some stuff there. I don't know what's going on, but we'll unpack that, I think, a little bit later on in the show, because one of the whistleblowers at OpenAI died, and they said he killed himself. But it's just very strange circumstances, and it's worth going over.
This is another one of those people who wrote a diary entry that said, just so you know, I will never, ever, ever, right. ever kill myself.
Yes, yeah. It's very similar to that. So we'll get into that. One other example I saw was somebody goes, ChatGPT, what are you looking at right now? And they had the camera activated on their phone, so you could see the whole screen. And they had the camera pointed towards their bar. And ChatGPT says, this is a bar with all sorts of types of alcohol. And then he goes, tell me a drink, a tropical drink that I can make with the alcohol that I have here. And ChatGPT goes, okay, it looks like you have a bottle of Sky vodka. And I would grab a small glass and fill it with 4 ice cubes. And then, all right, grab the Sky vodka. And it's walking him through making this cocktail as it's seeing it. It's like, in the back, I see that you have some schnapps. And you're like, it will do everything. It's alive. It's got eyeballs now. It can see things. And it's so crazy to me. Just absolutely insane and unhinged, and just the reality that I guess we're dealing with.
I don't know. I saw a video that was similar to that where they were doing the bar thing, and it's like, you have tequila. You could probably make a margarita. And I was like, all right, wait. Okay.
Everybody's job is toast, though. I mean, eventually you go, everything can be done by these machines. And what do you do to stop that? Nothing. The ball is already rolling.
You become friends with it and you say please and thank you.
You try to be the person who fixes the AI when it breaks. Those are the jobs that'll be left when all this goes down. I wanted to tell you, there's a story that popped up today, and it was about a couple that had been together for a short period of time. And the woman said she had a conversation with this guy, and it led her to break up with him. She had, enough's enough. And she asked the guy, hey, not for nothing, but how often do you throw your bed sheets in the wash?
Oh,
and
no.
The guy goes, every 2 or 3 months. And she goes, that's disgusting.
That's so gross.
She says, that's disgusting. And you have to wash your bed sheets. And he goes, look, if this is something you're into, you're more than welcome. Yeah, I don't do this. But if you like this particular thing, you're more than welcome to go and wash the sheets. Use the washer and dryer at the house. And she goes, no, I can't do that. And I was like, oh, this is funny. We're still learning this. This just exposes how filthy single men are. Just the epitome of filth with cleaning your sheets.
If that was the flag on the field for her, or, the straw on the camel's back, like, what else? Nothing else was a red flag for you in his house? I imagine if he doesn't change his sheets until 3 months after, that the bathroom must be insane.
Probably.
Crusty,
I wouldn't guess that he's cleaning up that much.
hair.
I would also tell you, the guys don't do their laundry nearly as much. Not nearly as much. Any chance you can get
confirm, M guy.
Right. See, like, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, this is just par for the course.
I mean, I'll wait on jeans. Jeans will last for a minute for me. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Everybody
there's nothing
does that,
wrong with the sniff test.
Yeah, that's fine. But we're talking all clothes. I'm talking shirts. I'm talking even underwear. I'm talking the
What do you
whole
mean even
gamut.
underwear?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean it.
Like, does that mean you're taking off the underwear after the day and putting it back in the drawer to wear it another time, or are you keeping that on for a couple days?
Hey,
both are gross.
I'm not doing any of these.
I know, but
right?
speak for the men.
But a lot of guys would go, those boxer shorts on the ground are fine. I wore them yesterday, but they're good to go. The sheets, all I did was sleep in them. Why does it matter if I slept in the sheets? They're fine. They're good to go.
There's sweat and pee-pee and skin and gross.
I've heard guys argue seriously with a straight face, and they'd say, why would I wash my hands? I only peed. And you go, yeah, but you're like,
I said that when I was a kid.
Exactly.
They would say to you with a straight face, the guy will look at you and go, well, I took a shower, so I'm clean there. So if I touch that to go pee, why would I have to wash my hands?
No.
It's like,
I've been listening to too much George Carlin. That was an old bit where he was like, if I see somebody washing their hands, like really, really washing them, it just tells me you have a dirty.
Yes.
Dirty drunk.
I think the reason is because, generally speaking, women look at things and go, are there germs on this? Are this gross? And men look at things and they go, I don't physically see any filth here, so I don't need to clean this up right now. The sheets look the same as if I washed them and put them on the bed. They look similar. Why would I wash these right now?
I do imagine there's some women like this, and if statistically, I feel like we're talking to both of them right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a hack. You buy, let's say, 4 fitted sheets for your bed, and then put them all on your bed.
Ooh.
And then
That would annoy the hell out of me.
Why?
Because I hate fitted sheets. But
but you do that
put
once,
one on is annoying enough. Now I'm piling on
you
4.
You put the 4, maybe 6 at once, and then every 2
pop them off
to 3 weeks, you pop them off, new clean sheet.
Well, this woman said she wanted the sheets, the woman who broke up with this guy, she wanted the sheets washed every other day.
That's ridiculous.
I thought that sounded like a bit much, but...
Well, if she wants them washed every other day, then she can wash them every other day.
That's what he said, but she replied to him
months is wild.
She said, this isn't like, oh, this is some habit that I have, so you're catering to me. This is a thing that you should just do.
I feel like there's a good middle part for both of them.
It is filthy to not wash your sheets for a month.
I'm every 2 weeks.
That is gross. That's a lot. Or even months and months and months, which I know.
In college.
Before I moved to Chicago, I was gross. I was living on an air mattress, sleeping on an air mattress, which had one sheet over it and then a comforter over that. And the entire time I lived in this apartment, I never washed the sheets, not even one time. All my clothes were on the ground in various piles around me.
You and I lived very similar lives at times.
I've certainly had my moments. Nothing like a laundry pile. You don't know what's what. Now, Sean, if you were, hypothetically, because bless the world for Courtney, but if you were to be living alone, do you find yourself getting into those old habits or being,
No. Well, I might. The thing is, I'm very trainable. Like, if she goes...
Someone else has to train you? What about if you're living by yourself? No one is around you.
Oh, almost
You're
everything
sleeping
I do. Yeah, I've had to be trained. I've had to, the first woman I lived with was like, hey,
Your
can
mother?
you lift up... She goes, can you lift up the toilet seat? And I go...
Oh, you peed right on the seat, Sean?
I pee in the hole. What are you talking about? And she's like, there's pee all over the seat. I have to sit down on the seat. And I go... Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. And then from there you go, I learned a thing. And I learned one clean thing.
Did you put the seat back down?
Yeah, I know. I started using it. Yeah, and put the seat back down afterwards and try to not do that as bad anymore.
Oh, my God. You
got to learn things. I just naturally wasn't equipped with all of these different rules. Women have more rules. And your rules are smart. They're better. I'm not going to lie to you. I was a gross animal of sorts, I think. All right, I've said too much. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk with our great friend. And don't tell her anything about this.
Okay,
we
but don't ask
any
her
of this.
weird-ass questions, please.
I'll try my best not to. Can I ask her about her sheets, though? Is it weird to ask her about how often she washes her sheets?
No, if you follow it up with the context.
This is what we talked about.
Is it weird to ask her if she's ever worn underwear twice?
Yeah, it would be weird. So please don't.
Okay. I'm just trying to set the table here because I talked about my underwear and wearing them twice. And
Amy wasn't here for that conversation.
If I brought it back up and cycled around,
I think that
I would advise against it.
I will stay away from it. I'm just checking. here. All right. We're going to take a quick break. Sean, before he became domesticated, says super fun time. Yeah, very much so. I'm still working on it. I'm trying to better myself every day, every single day. When we return, we're going to hang out with our friend Amy Coffelt. She's the best. We'll see what's going on in her life. We'll talk about a party she went to this weekend. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Why follow Real Radio on Instagram? Because we want to send you to see the Tampa Bay Bucks in an upcoming home game. Each week this NFL season, you have a chance to win tickets. Check our feed at Real Radio 1041 on Instagram.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, best holiday selection, lowest prices.
Traffic is slowing down on some of the major roadways this afternoon. Authorities are clearing up an accident causing heavy delays on Florida's Turnpike northbound at County Road 561. The left lane is blocked. Traffic is backed up from Hancock Road there. Bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's an earlier accident where Forest City Road meets Pembroke Drive. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
You've got great taste. That's why Wawa lets you customize a delicious roasted or crispy chicken sandwich, just the way you want. For you, the heat honcho that tests your spice tolerance with seasoning and buffalo sauce. Or you, the forget the pit master, who prefers barbecue sauce, bacon, and no extra work. Or you, the supporter of Southwestern flavors like avocado, fajita veggies, and chipotle sauce. You've got great taste. And now, you've got Wawa's roasted and crispy chicken sandwiches. Chicken how you wanna. Wawa.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all. And you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Finish the year strong and refreshed for 2025 at Office Depot Office Max. Now save 25% on print services and 50% on photo products with coupon. Plus, upgrade your space with new desks, chairs, and PCs at any Office Depot or Office Max store.
This is Ashley Ganetti from the Almost Famous podcast. Can you believe all this talk about GLP-1s? Of course you can. It's all people talk about. Have you heard about Future Health, though? They make access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s easier than ever. People can struggle with weight loss for years, trying various diets and exercises without lasting success. With GLP-1s, many people notice a reduction in cravings and felt more in control of their eating habits, which lead to weight loss, physical health, and feeling more optimistic about their future. They give millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That is tryfh.com. Again, tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
This safe driving message is brought to you by the Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt and JustCallMo.com. Whether it's the holiday season or any season, Mo encourages you to be considerate of other drivers and especially watch out for motorcycles. It's a busy time of year. Tourists are everywhere. Remember that someone is counting on you, so arrive safely. Saving 30 seconds that can cost you everything is simply not worth it. Injured in an accident? Call Mo at 1-800-CALL-MO. That's 1-800-CALL-MO. Or visit JustCallMo.com. Be safe and enjoy this season.
Spread the word, new drinks at Wawa. It's not around long, it's a limited offer. Peppermint bark sugar cookie.
The holidays are here, and so are Wawa's holiday beverages. Try the new caramel sugar cookie iced latte or peppermint mocha while the season lasts. Gotta have a Wawa.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. This is the News Junkie.
We'll talk to our friend Amy Coffelt in just a moment. Here's the thing. Some of you just stumble on the show, and maybe you did that. Maybe you were fumbling around with the radio or an app on iHeart or something, and you landed on this show. Welcome, number one. We're glad to hang out with you. We'll be here to do this each day with you. And number two, you can get more of the show with the free podcast that's available over on thenewsjunkie.com. And if you're new, you won't know this, but this is our favorite time of the week. It's Monday, and it's time for us to talk to our friend Amy Coffelt from Fox 35.
Amy.
There she is. Amy, how are you?
I love you guys. I'm good. I love that I came under the number 2. Was that like intentional? And number 2. We don't like to talk about
No, she is number 1 always.
Yes, you are number 1 in our hearts, but number 2 on that particular list, that one particular list, Amy.
But as the overall list goes, you were number 1 without a doubt.
Yeah, we got to talk to you about what's happening in your world. I saw this weekend you went to a party, and you guys...
they can't stop talking about the party. Was that perhaps social media post that they weren't supposed to share?
Who? Me?
Sean and C-Lane.
No, she's trying to... She's trying to...
Yeah,
she's trying to dump on us and be like, we're talking about something.
Yes. It's fine.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so it's a total box. So these are our friends that every year they throw like a Christmas movie themed party, right? So they've done just about everything. But this year was the theme was Christmas Vacation. So it was hilarious. So we walk in like not knowing what people would be dressed up as, right? So our 2 friends that hosted the party went as Clark and Ellen, which was hilarious. And they even like down to like the outfit was like spot on. Everything was like perfect. And then, but then there were 2 cousin Eddies that showed up. And so then I got T-shirts for me and Brian that said that was like for the neighbors next door. So people are not familiar with the movie. So there's neighbors next door that are just like plagued by the Griswolds, like Clark is like their nemesis. And their names are Todd and Margot. And so at one point, Clark is like hanging off of the roof, and he's on the gutter, and there was like ice in the gutter, and the ice goes shooting through to Todd and Margot's house. And when they get home that day from wherever they were, Margot says, "Why is the carpet wet, Todd?" And Todd responds, "I don't know, Margot." So we got T-shirts to reflect on.
Did you have those custom made, Amy? Because those are really good.
No, I ordered them.
Oh, cool.
I ordered them.
The internet has it all.
She plans enough that she gets out ahead of this. If you right now you try to get some stuff like that,
no way,
all sold out.
Someone that I know tried to host a similar party, but instead of calling it a Christmas Vacation theme, they just said Cousin Eddie theme.
Oh, I love it.
And everyone showed up as Cousin Eddie.
Oh, really?
All different renditions of it. And like it was more of an event, but the organizer was like, this is not what we wanted. We wanted just like, we were just calling it a fun title. And it ended up, I think, being the coolest part of it, that everyone did their different renditions of Cousin Eddie in the robe.
That's fun. I like that.
Oh my gosh. Well, like my favorite one too, Sabrina, like I love the robe one, but like the one where he's wearing like the white sweater over like the dark dickie, like that's
yeah.
The little like mock turtlenecks, that you wear under your shirt. They call those dickies. And so anyway, I would, if I were dressing up as Cousin Eddie, that's the one I would have worn.
Amy, we were just talking about this story where this couple broke up, things went south, and it was because the woman texted the guy. She goes, "Hey, when's the last time you changed the sheets on your bed?" And he goes, "I don't know, a couple of months ago." And she goes, "You got to change your sheets every couple of days or something." And this guy was like, "Look, if you want that done, you change them. This is a special thing for you." And we were talking about how dirty men can be in relationships. Now, to go over to you, a couple of questions just to kind of get an idea of where we're at here. Are you the type of person who you go, I have to change the bed sheets all the time. I want to make sure they're nice and crisp. They feel better when they're like that. Or do you let it go further?
No, I change the sheets every weekend. So I just do it once a week. And then I do the towels every couple of days. So my pet peeve is with my kids who think they need a clean towel every day. Like I'm sorry that, right?
Yes.
You're cleaning clean water off of your body, so you don't need a new towel.
But they know
every
where
day.
the
Am I
new
right?
the new towels are. Like I've had the same issue in the past where I'm like, these are the towels for the week, but someone is still going into the new towel clean.
What are you doing?
And you're pulling out. I'm like, those don't match. So now we're have to wash both of these.
I think crazy enough, I think we're all on board on this. You don't need to change the towel every single day.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's
No.
craziness.
Every day.
Now,
Yeah,
do you
Do you know where the
separate?
dirty towels go?
I do separate linen laundry. So there's a dirty
Okay.
towel
I mean,
pile.
like, once you use a towel, where does it go? Because in my children's mind, it goes on the floor.
Oh,
they
no.
They dry themselves off, and then the towel is thrown on the floor.
Okay, nope. There's a
Drives
place to hang it so it could dry
me
and you could use it the next day.
Thank you.
I will come talk to your kids beginning of next year.
Your kids think they're in a hotel, don't they?
They do.
Now, when it comes to hotel, I use every single towel.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. When you're a kid, you think a magical fairy takes care of everything. You think that, well, why do I put my towel on the ground? Because when I do, a brand new one shows up, and I got a nice crisp one next time I want to take a shower. It's a lot easier that way. What about this? How often would you ever go?
I knew it was going to do it.
Amy K, would you ever go 2 days wearing the same pair of jeans?
Yes.
Okay.
But not in a row.
Oh, I'm going in a row.
I've gone kind of a whole week.
Yeah, I'm saying in the middle of
ones
summer,
I have
Amy.
holes, and right now it's been colder, so I'm like, these black jeans fit me proper.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine.
But there's
Yeah.
no other articles of clothing you would repeat, would you?
Well, like, okay, a sweatshirt. Like, if I'm not sweaty and I like just throw the sweatshirt on, you know, to like go to the store or whatever, I just hang it back in my closet. I'm like,
I think
if it's
that's
dirty,
fine.
I didn't spill spaghetti on it, right? I mean,
Yes.
it's not dirty.
I think you're right about all of these
Amy
things.
loves
You're
spaghetti.
dead on track. All right, now let's get to the real question.
Wow.
Here we are. We're just 9 days away from Christmas, Amy. What's on your Christmas list for 2024? What do you want to see under the tree on Christmas
like
Day?
what I want?
Yeah.
Okay,
Someone's getting a robe.
I haven't asked. I didn't ask for. I would like a new robe, actually, Sabrina. But no, I haven't asked for anything. I haven't nothing. Like I just, and it's funny because my husband's actually asked me a few times, like, well, "What do you want?" But you have to remember when it is a spouse buying a gift for you, it's all coming out of the same pot of money.
Yeah.
So it's not, you know what I mean?
Not a
So
surprise.
it's one. It's kind of like you're buying a gift for yourself, kind of. So I don't know, and I'm just like, and there's really nothing I need or want. So I'm like, I'm good.
Oh man, I know I
that
say this
bad?
all the time, but I always feel like it's a terrible thing to say because it sounds. Because I'll say this, I'll go, if I wanted something, I would just get it for myself.
Right. Which makes people like you impossible to buy for.
It's the most rude thing you could say to anybody who wants to buy you a gift. You're like, look, whatever little trinket you're going to get for me is not going to be interesting to me. There must be something you want.
If it's something thoughtful, then that's different. Okay, so I'll tell you what my sister got me, which I thought was super cool. So yesterday I got a gift for my sister. She got me two family genealogy books, one for my dad's side of the family and one for my mom's side of the
Already
family.
done?
And she did all the research. So she went onto like Ancestry.com, and then there's another website called findagrave.com. I don't know if you guys have been on there.
Yeah, I have.
And she printed out like our family history from my dad's side going back to the 1500s, and from my mom's side going back until like the early 1700s. And it must have taken. It probably took her a full year to do this. She said she was like on Ancestry or Find a Grave like every night after work for
That
like
is a very
months on
thoughtful
end.
gift.
Isn't that cool?
I love that.
I thought that was really cool.
I gave a similar gift
Have you guys
to.
ever been on those websites?
Yeah.
I got a gift. Like all of my siblings and I gave a similar gift to one of my parents for Christmas a few years ago, and it went from thoughtful to existential crisis very quickly because we unearthed some family secrets by accident.
Oh no! With like slave secrets, or
no, not slave. No, just like who's your real parent kind of thing.
Oh no!
And I'm gonna do it in a song and can't expand on that.
Oh my gosh,
okay.
Sabrina, that's so great.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that's a very thoughtful gift. I like that. That's putting a lot into
I love
things.
That.
I want to commiserate a little bit because I think you and I are both, Amy and Sabrina and Celine seem to have no interest. We're both we're interested in what's going on with these drones. What's happening with these drones?
Sean's obsessed.
And why?
It's crazy and super creepy.
Like, I feel like the United States of America, the federal government, should hear people talking about mysterious drone sightings and then go, okay, and have a closed-door meeting and come back out and go, guys, here's what all the drones were about, and give us an answer. But
maybe they don't want us to know, man.
Well, that's a problem, too. I want to know what's going on here.
Listen, there's just a myriad things that the government doesn't want us to know that they do and that, maybe would scare us.
But do you think that's it, Chris? So this is what disturbs me. So I was watching an interview with John Kirby on Friday, and he was on with Martha McCallum on Fox, and he gave her all the time she wanted. I mean, he talked to her for probably about 5 or 6 minutes, which is a long time, as you guys know, in television, right?
Yeah.
And he, quite frankly, told her that he has no idea where these drones are coming from, what their purpose is. He said the government's not trying to hide anything from us. And I believed him. So if that's the case, I mean, I don't know what's scarier. Is it scarier to think that the government knows what they are and they don't want us to know, or the government has no idea what they are?
That's scarier. The government not knowing.
Jersey?
Yeah, the government not knowing is way scarier to me. I feel like they should come out and go, actually, it was these drones that were operated out of this facility and then blah, blah, blah. Because
How
if
do
we
they not know, how have they not captured one yet? Like, they threw a missile at a balloon. Yeah. How are these still allowed to come?
Crazy. So, Sabrina, there's a sheriff's office that sent their helicopter up to get as close to one of the drones as possible. And they said that the second they got close to it, it turned out the lights and they couldn't see it and it was gone. So it's like, how does that happen? I don't know. That's clearly,
well, can't we turn off its lights? We can't shut that thing down from far away?
I don't know. Is the problem here, and this is what Amy's kind of getting to the heart of, is the problem that we give the United States government too much credit, and actually they don't know how to do all the cool things?
I think there are times where you would be surprised what the government doesn't know. I think there would be times where you just assume that there's a room somewhere that has a lot of information, and you go, what about this? Oh, we actually don't know what that is.
Sure,
they should know everything.
This seems like something they should know considering the size.
Also, as a person who has a drone and has flown my drone at night, I don't think I actually have the option of just turning the lights off. Like, that's not a thing.
Really?
So this is probably a little more advanced of a system.
Yeah. The size of it and everything. I mean, the obsession with TikTok being banned, that going through because of what the Chinese government and the information it can get, but we're totally cool with the Toyota Corolla drone from Mystery Island.
Flying all over. Well, and that's the other thing too is it's not just Jersey. It's Jersey, New York. They're saying there's sightings on the West Coast. I don't know if you guys saw, there was like some radio transmissions between air traffic controllers to pilots saying that we're monitoring these drones and we don't know where they're coming from. There's some sightings in Ohio over a military base. And then the government is saying, well, we don't really have the authority to shoot these things down.
Yes, you do.
Who does?
Yeah.
Who does have the authority?
If you don't, who are you asking? We're not in control.
It's our territory.
It's a really
God.
very, very bizarre thing. What do you think's going on here, Amy? What's your gut tell you?
I don't know. Did you guys see that there was a Joe Rogan interview over the weekend, and this guy who Joe Rogan believed was pretty credible was basically talking about that these drones are like sniffing out like chemicals, or that he basically said that they are looking for something on the ground, like in particular, like looking for maybe some kind of leak, a chemical leak, or I don't know. But how does nobody know that that's the purpose? Like,
here's how we get to the bottom of this. C-Lane, your crazy friend on social media, what do they think the drones are?
Let me I don't think she's or he has posted about it.
Yeah, the crazy person that C-Lane knows on Facebook has a conspiracy about everything, and I'm sure there's going to be one about this. We'll have to dive deeper into that. Good God. Well,
if they posted anything about it, it would just be reposting some Trump tweet that says that they need to be shot down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw a video of some guy shooting it, and you can just see the bullets just curve to the left, but he still shot the entire clip.
And here's Trump talking about this on Truth Social. Trump says, mystery drone sightings all over the country. Can this really be happening without our government's knowledge? I don't think so. Let the public know, and now. Otherwise, shot them down, he says. Missed an O on the shoot, but there you go. All right, we want to say this. First of all, I'll say this on behalf of all of us. We absolutely love you. It's been a great 2024 spending time with you, Amy Coffelt.
Thank you so much,
I love you guys.
We're going to miss you during the break. We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you and your family. And we're going to give you now the platform to say one last final message to the audience until 2025.
Oh, you guys, and I know I've told you this many times before, and we had our big shop and drop a couple of weeks ago, and this sweet woman came over to me, and she said, Amy, she goes, and this is my favorite thing to hear, is, Amy, I love listening to you on the News Junkie, and she tunes in every Monday, and she listens to you guys religiously, but it just, that to me is like the sweetest gift when I hear from listeners who say they listen, not that they watch me on the news, but that they listen to me on the News Junkie with you guys, and you guys are amazing, and I love you all dearly. And we have become family. We've been doing this for more than 10 years together, and I truly love you guys, and I'm so grateful. So thank you so much for having me each week. It is truly the highlight. It's truly the highlight.
Same here, Amy
I love you guys.
You are a treat every single week, and we're so happy you're part of our family as well. And
not a nicer person out there, right? Like, come on.
Truly. And I mean, every single morning I'm watching anyways and blowing up your phone. Regardless, so I know all the people.
Sabrina always sends me fun comments.
Like, that was crazy on live TV.
I mostly resist the urge to text you while you're working, but it was hilarious watching how wide mouthed you were at that woman doing the backflip on the ice skating rink.
That was crazy.
Isn't that insane?
Oh my gosh, she almost killed Pablo.
Oh, I mean, but don't you always think when I see someone do that, I'm like, okay, first of all, there's no way I could do that. But could you not, if you would fall on your head, that's it, that would be the end of you.
And on live television, do you guys go right to break?
She was so talented.
Well, we love you, Amy K. Thank you so much
I love you guys. I'll miss you next week, and I'll see you in the new year.
And people get to know you very in a very close way listening to this show, so much so that they email me at least once a week. Somebody will go, can you give me Amy Coffelt's cell phone number? I got something I want to ask. Yes. So somebody this weekend did it. Somebody this weekend goes, hey, I just want to let you know, I want to reach out to Amy K. If you could give me Amy Coffelt's cell phone number. And I go, guys, come on.
But he did do it anyways, Amy K. So keep an eye out.
I would never. All right. We love you. Merry Christmas
to you.
I love you too.
Merry Christmas, you guys. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I'll hopefully see you soon. But I can't wait to do this again next year.
Same here,
Me either. We absolutely love our time with Amy Coffelt, and you should be hanging out with her every single morning on GDO Good Day Orlando if you're here in town. No matter where you are, the best news website out there for just finding out what's happening in the world in the morning. Fox35Orlando.com.
That's right.
Almost forgot. Fox35Orlando.com. I don't know why I would forget. It's in my show prep links. Every single morning I go to Fox35Orlando.com and I see Amy's face. She shows up on my Alexa all the time, too. It's an awesome experience. So hang out with her, and we'll see her next year. When we come back, we're going to talk about the drones a little bit because I got a 911 call about the drones. We got to get into that. We'll get all geared up for the next episode. We got our friend Mo stopping by for the final time in 2024, excuse me, 2024. Yep, all kinds of stuff going on today. Very, very busy Monday. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Emergency vehicles are on scene, clearing up an accident, blocking multiple lanes on Severin Boulevard eastbound at La Costa Drive. I believe 2 right lanes are blocked there. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound at County Road 561. The left lane is blocked. Traffic is backed up from Hancock Road. Stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Jay, why is auto insurance so expensive? I need to get insured, but I need a better solution.
Vic, you should call Acceptance. Acceptance had better rates, better options, and better customer service than my previous company. Acceptance was just better. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Really? Do you have their number?
800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance work better for you. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on a Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012994.
Hey guys, due to the recent storms in Orlando and Tampa, Solar Source has their first ever bulk order discounts on solar battery systems like I got. I love them. Discounts starting at $1,000 off solar battery systems. They're Tesla powerful walls, and they're awesome. The lowest price they've ever seen at Solar Source. Sales are currently planned to run through December 31st, so get them now at solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
You want to throw the best party on the block? Let's face it, it's not a party without a Bartesian. This isn't just any cocktail maker. It's your ticket to perfectly crafted premium cocktails at the push of a button. Imagine your guests raving about their drinks. Whether it's a bold margarita or a smooth old-fashioned or something sweet and fruity, Bartesian makes you the life of the party while your high-tech bartending partner does all the work. This weekend, be the host everyone talks about. Be the life of the party. Be Bartesian. Cheers! On your phone, dial **BAR and we'll send you a link for you to claim $50 off. Dial **BAR now to get your Bartesian and make your next gathering legendary. That's **BAR. Don't wait. Your perfect party starts with Bartesian. Call **BAR now.
This is car accident attorney Jeff Kaufman with the injury law firm of Kaufman Lynn. If you hire an attorney solely based off a commercial, you might as well just flip a coin. My advice is simple. Check out their Google reviews. Find out how long they've been practicing law, and actually call them before you sign anything. We're talking about your future. It's important. If you or someone you know is ever in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, contact us at whenyounneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. Offices, Orlando.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas station.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thatmortgageguydon.com.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers 0% financing for 12 months on any Fence product. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
This safe driving message is brought to you by the Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt and JustCallMo.com. Whether it's the holiday season or any season, Mo encourages you to be considerate of other drivers and especially watch out for motorcycles. It's a busy time of year. Tourists are everywhere. Remember that someone is counting on you, so arrive safely. Saving 30 seconds that can cost you everything is simply not worth it. Injured in an accident? Call Mo at 1-800-CALL-MO. That's 1-800-CALL-MO. Or visit justcallmo.com. Be safe and enjoy this season.
Get up to a 30% upfront bonus to use for your retirement income or up to 12% per year to help grow your retirement income. Whether you're in retirement or will be retiring within 10 years, Trajan Wealth can offer some of the highest guarantees in the business. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know no one wants to work forever. We all need to retire someday, and I know you've worked hard for your money, so now is the time to guarantee it. Take advantage of up to a 30% upfront bonus bonus for your retirement income or up to 12% per year for retirement income. Don't woulda, shoulda, coulda. Get up to a 30% bonus just for opening an account or up to 12% per year for retirement income. Don't leave your retirement to chance. Retire the right way, the Trajan way with Trajan Wealth. 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states says Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Had enough of this country? Ever dreamt about starting your own?
I planted the flag. This is mine. I own this.
It's surprisingly easy.
55 gallons of water, 500 pounds of concrete.
Or maybe not.
No country willingly gives up their territory.
Oh my God.
What is that?
Bullets.
Listen to Escape from Zakistan on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Escape from Zakistan to start listening.
A safe haven of sorts for all of the 95%ers. This is...
Love you. We appreciate you. We'll wash the sheets more often, I promise. We'll make sure we're as clean as we can be when we spend time with you. And if you want to spend more time, go get the podcast. It's over at thenewsjunkie.com. All of these drones in the sky, nobody with answers about what to do with it. People are calling 911. They're freaking out. It's pandemonium. I think this is supposedly a 911 call coming in about the drones. Let's see.
I'll put you on a call for a suspicious drone sighting in North Stonington. The reporting's party name is Lisa. She's driving back to Groton, but believes she has video of drones in the area that were landing in the solar panel farm, sucking power from the solar panels so they can continue their flights.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Totally normal stuff.
This is going to go in such a wrong direction. The part of this whole this craze over the drones is that there are a group of people who see them and automatically think this is bad. Mm-hmm. When there's so often perfectly good reasons. It doesn't even need to be a good reason. You could fly a drone for recreation. Yeah. It's very easy. It's very accessible. And there are just people that see them and think this thing is spying on me. This thing is not allowed to be here, which in a lot of cases you're wrong. You do not own the airspace above your house.
I hate that. I hate that you're right about that.
But some of the answers they're giving are, obviously there's a lot of vagary going on. Mm-hmm. But I think that in some cases they don't know what they're talking about. They definitely don't know what they're talking about in this statement by the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas yesterday. Said that here's one of the reasons you're probably seeing more drones. He said, in September of 2023, the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA, changed the rules so that drones could fly at night. And that might be one of the reasons you're seeing more drones than you did before, especially from dawn to dusk. They did that in 2021.
Yeah, but the size of cars?
Exactly. Well, but
something's not adding up, obviously. And
I also don't believe somebody that can tell me 100% that the drone is the size of a car. You can't look in the sky and tell me how many feet something is, something that you've never seen before. You automatically know how big it is and how many feet it is in the air.
I mean, but it must be pretty big.
It must be bigger than a recreational drone, I would think, unless people are just getting faked out by those. But I think one of the things Sealand's getting frustrated by is you have what appear to be regular, normal people, and they have some stories that I think bring up questions that the government should answer. And then because the story gets big, all the weirdos come out.
Yeah, but they're making statements like what was the one I was just reading? There certainly is drones that we have not been able to identify, and we don't know the answer to it. And I strongly recommend that for folks that are seeing these things and documenting them to share that as they can with the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI. So they're like telling people, oh, you see a drone? Call the FBI.
Yeah.
You think the FBI, the FBI must be so inundated with calls right now from old papas that are like, oh, there's someone spying on me.
Some guy at the desk sitting there at the FBI headquarters is like, please no.
Son of a bitch.
Please, I don't want to do this. The BBC has a story. It says U.S. officials are sending drone detection systems to New York. Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, says, after questions over mysterious objects in the skies over the East Coast and beyond, Hochul requested federal assistance after drone sightings forced runways at Stewart International Airport in the state to shut for about an hour last week. She said state governments need more power to deal on their own with the small, uncrewed aircraft that have been reported in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. So now everybody is trying to figure out what is in the skies. Let's go over to some emails real quick before we figure out what's happening on the next episode. tips@thenewsjunkie.com and sinister emails. Hey, junkies, I ran into a situation this morning and I wanted to get your opinions. I restore leather, and I was working in a customer's home on a sofa. Nice customer, cute dog. But every time her owner would leave the room, she would come bite my foot, wrist, and even my butt. It wasn't a vicious bite, but enough to be like, the dog just bit me, and it kept happening. Now, I'm a very quiet person that doesn't like to complain, so I didn't say anything. I did finally turn around quickly and aggressively and gave the dog a nasty look. That kind of worked for a while, but then I went to grab something and the dog bit my ankle, hard enough to break the skin but not draw blood. Fortunately, I was almost done, so I called the customer back into the room, and I never said anything. Should I have? What would y'all do if you were in my quiet, non-feather ruffling shoes? Cheers, says Sinister. What would you have done is the question. I think if you're at somebody's house performing a service and their dog is biting you, you should say something to that person. But you have to understand, if you're in that position, the person probably is socially not following the rules that they should. Because normal people, when you have somebody to come over and help you out with something in your house, they take the dog and lock them up. They put the dog
absolutely.
away.
Now, Carl, I don't typically put away because he just loves to, he's not a nipper, by any means. But if they are using power tools, I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and put him outside because for some reason any sort of power tool sets him off. But
what would you do if you were in this person's position, though? Would you have said something to the homeowner?
Yeah, and I have a feeling that it's probably a small dog because had it been one big bite, I think we'd be getting a different email.
Yeah, it would be
but I love the idea that as soon as the owner leaves, the dog's like, well, you're effed, buddy. Time to get those ankles.
What about you, Celine? Would you have said something if the dog was biting you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should.
Dude, your dog is biting me.
Yeah, I would say something the moment that person didn't put the pet away and it was coming after you. I'd say, look, you mind putting the dog up real quick? You don't have to make a huge deal out of it. And if they made a big deal out of it, then that person is an asshole. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
So glad that you asked, Sean. And I'm going to tell you now what's coming up on the next episode. As we say goodbye to 2024 and hello to 2025, we're going to say to all the things turning 10 years old next year. Jamie Foxx is having a banner year, and the latest notch on the WTF belt was presented on his birthday. Plus, Tom DeLonge shares his theory on the drone sightings, and it's very Tom DeLonge. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, South Florida is sinking, creepy websites, and Anna Escamani announces a run for mayor. Plus, we'll go over the weekend in sports with Brandon Kravitz, and we'll talk to IT security specialist Danny Jenkins. Plus, tickets to see Sarah Silverman and the Wolfman premiere, plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
And
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast today in Central Florida. And for Monday, we're going to be expecting some off and on scattered light to moderate showers. These will be due to an onshore flow, but temperatures will still be on the warmer side, even with some increasing clouds. Highs will be building into the upper 70s near the coast, low 80s for inland areas, with a high of 80 degrees today in Orlando. Rain chances will be on the rise through midweek with a 60% chance by Wednesday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows how to save you time and money. Order what you need by 2 p.m. to get it delivered same day. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes for same-day delivery. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Remember that meal you made last Christmas? The one that everyone still talks about? The one with fresh from Florida sweet corn and sausage stuffing and strawberry parfait for dessert? Of course you do. That's because you're a member of the Fresh from Florida Club. You went to freshfromflorida.com, created a menu from your favorite recipes, and saved it as best Christmas dinner ever. This year, you'll go online, open up that menu, and bam! You've made that meal that everyone is talking about again. The Fresh from Florida Club. You're not just creating menus, you're creating memories.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star, sip cocktails that shimmer, then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now, only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa, located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah! FrankGayServices.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Florida's farmers work hard to grow nutritious food for you and your family, and you can help support them by enjoying delicious Fresh from Florida produce. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop, or visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
Helping to spread awareness, or whatever the new buzz term is, for not actually doing anything.
In just a bit on the show, so hang out for that. Learn more about what's happening here on the News Junkie at any point in time by going to the website, which is ready for you over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, Here we go. It's time to get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I'm Frankie Frico.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. That's where you can find him. That's where you can start the process of refinancing, buying a first dream home, debt consolidation. Perhaps you've never compared your first mortgage quote. Well, it's very easy to do. It's very easy to do. I'll tell you exactly. You go to the website, ThatMortgageGuyDon.com, and you click compare your quote, and boom. Any question you have right there, direct access to That Mortgage Guy Don. Expert and friend that you could trust.
Nice guy.
47 years ago, 1977. Sean, do you remember this?
I wasn't alive.
And this was open in theaters nationwide.
Oh, Night Fever.
What day of the week?
Saturday Night Fever. Saturday Night Fever. Oh, boy.
Sweet John Travolta and his tight flare pants.
Nuts for that movie, and then I think not too long afterwards you had Grease, which was a mega hit at the time.
That's when they started liking high school kids. What? Someone who can enjoy disco in the sky. We bid adieu to Jill Jacobson, who has passed away.
Jill Jacobson. Damn.
Well, she was 70. And she was
Gone too soon.
in this show.
Star Trek.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Beam Me Up, Jesus?
Question mark.
And that's what they did. She played the character Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is wild.
I don't know her. I've never heard of this
That's
lady
because
before.
it was in an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation.
That's
episode?
One?
But all of the headlines are Star Trek The Next Generation actor dies.
She must be significant in some way then, because I saw this story.
I don't know. Sometimes they do this. They just want you to click.
Oh, it's more
so
than
like
one,
Star
more than
Trek
one.
star dies, but
Star
it's not a star
Trek,
at all.
The Next Generation. She played Private Detective Aaron Jones in 22 episodes of the CBS soap opera Falcon Crest. She was just in, I guess, one episode of The Next Generation.
Wow.
But they won't acknowledge her 22 episodes on the soap opera, as well as her time in the new Gidget from 1986 to 87. Small roles, but enough to, it's multiple headlines as far as Jill Jacobson goes.
I've heard of Gidget, but I never watched that. I was too young at the
She
time.
was also in Days of Our Lives as Nurse Nancy, Doreen Douche in Uncle Buck.
Okay.
And,
Doreen Douche.
Doreen Douche. I don't know if you guys remember that role. in
No,
Uncle
I'm not
Buck.
familiar with Miss Douche.
And Shirley Winwick in Quantum Leap. Now she is leaping in heaven. Jamie Foxx, I'll just say it as I'm reading it, got hit in the face celebrating his birthday.
Damn.
The man
this guy,
cannot catch a break.
Yeah, he just is starting to come out after all of his health scare stuff, and now things seem to be happening to him.
Yes. Now, the health scare was a couple years ago, but he is revealing that it wasn't a Diddy poisoning, but it was a stroke that he had. And he had a special out in which he shares that and dances around the whole Diddy tie-in, and he was celebrating now his what birthday, gentlemen, for points.
How old is Jamie Foxx? He's 58.
51.
Ooh, C-Lane is wrong. Sean, the closest, 57 years old.
Ooh, nice.
But something broke out between the crew and another table, and then someone from that other table threw a glass, hit Jamie in the mouth, broke open skin, and he had to get stitches. Happy 57th birthday
I saw people trying to come after him this weekend because they said in Jamie Foxx's new special, he says he's swearing off dating white women because of Katie Holmes. And at first I thought, I didn't know he dated Katie Holmes. I've
They were
not been
together
plugged
for
into that.
years.
And second of all, I thought, stop doing these stupid things where people pretend to get offended about stuff. We're over that. That's done. That's over with.
But is that
stupid.
something that he said? Because if that's the joke, like he didn't just date Katie Holmes. They were together for many years.
Right. Yeah.
So-
The idea that making that joke is somehow bad is stupid. It's just a joke. He's making a joke.
Now let's get to some seriousness, Sean.
All right, I'm ready.
Because we've got an answer to these damn drones. All thanks to this guy.
Thank God.
One of the guys from this band.
Tom DeLonge from Blink-182.
That is correct. 2 points for Sean. You are now in the lead for the next episode trophy. Congratulations.
I knew it. I knew I could do it.
So he weighed in on the
Gotta give him
surge
some kind of trophy.
of the alleged drone sightings on the East Coast, suggesting that they are reminiscent of UFOs spotted in the 1960s. Doy.
I just said about 10 mean things about Sea-Land in my head. None of them are safe for
We'll say
air.
one of them.
Wow.
Just say one.
You can...
That's not like a... You can scissor?
No.
It's not a...
I'll scissor him to death just as a response to that.
That image
Yep.
is disturbing and hilarious at the same
Picture
time.
that. Yeah, me just... I'm scissoring him. He's mad. He's got a
You
real
guys will
angry
get tired
face on.
out in 15 seconds easily.
And I'm like, yeah.
It's a lot more work than you think.
right.
So he
It's a little
says
weird,
the
man.
drones that are...
Thanks for that little tidbit there.
I got you covered, bud. The drones are being discussed. We can hover for 6 hours, then disappear once they're spotted. He said this is why it's been so hard to get facts from any U.S. agency. Some of them can even move into the ocean, as far as these drone aliens he's speaking of, and then back up in the air, which is called transmedium travel. A
Why
very
isn't it just
hard
called
thing to do.
flying?
Because transmedium travel sounds cooler, and that'll be on trivia tomorrow.
Oh, transmedium because it's going from water to air. Is that what they're saying? Okay,
Right.
I get it.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, and according to DeLong, these have been around since the 1960s. They look almost exactly like the ones from his research from back then.
All right.
So there you have it. Someone who cannot research aliens or perhaps just any sort of math is the drummer for this band right here.
You two.
You too is right. Or perhaps to you, because he has math dyslexia. Larry Mullen Jr., he can't even count,
There's a
according to
specific
reports.
dyslexia that only covers math.
I
It
gotta
just sounds
tell
like
ya.
you're terrible at math.
Well, no, it's that's the layman's terms, but it's called...
There's no high schooler bringing home their report card and they're like, why do you have an F in math? Well, because I have math dyslexia,
okay,
Mom, clearly.
because that is the layman term. It's called dyscalculia.
All right.
Dyscalculia. So like dyslexia, but with numbers.
This sounds like this movie clip that Courtney
So you
showed
guys
me
don't
over the
believe it.
weekend, where Courtney goes, "Watch this," and this woman from this movie goes, "I'm so sorry for what you're going through," and the girl goes, "Yes, it's been very tough since I was diagnosed with asymptomatic Tourette's, and I've been really stressing." and it's been,
I know what movie
I'm
you
like,
guys watched.
No, it was just a clip. It was just a clip of it, whatever it was. It was
I know
like
exactly
the
where
classroom
that's from.
scene.
Mm-hmm. Good time.
That's people being hyper emotional about things.
That's kind of what they did in Walk Hard, you know, because they were like parodying like Walk the Line and Ray. And so in Walk Hard, Dewey Cox lost his sense of smell. They're like, he's done so good, even without being able to smell.
Okay, so it's a little bit of neurodivergency. I gotta say, I have not been diagnosed, but I've had some issues with numbers in the past. It's nice to have a name to it. That's
All right,
not
let me-
number dyslexia.
Let me ask AI if this is real. Let's see.
Oh, because,
What's it called again? What's it called?
Dyscalculia.
Is dyscalculia real? Or just see if that is a
So
real
you've heard
thing.
the term before, but you asked me about it.
No, I just heard you say it moments ago, and then I wanted to ask to make sure this is like some legitimate thing.
Yes, dyscalculia is real. It's a learning disorder that involves difficulty understanding numbers and math concepts. People with this condition may struggle with tasks such as solving simple math problems,
All right.
estimating prices, or measuring ingredients.
Okay.
The severity of symptoms can vary greatly among individuals.
Last sentence.
It's often diagnosed in childhood, but can also be identified in adults.
AI says it's real.
Bam, baby.
This is the real deal. Dyscalculia.
So
all right.
without you or with, you're not alone. my friend. On the boob tube, we've got Monday Night Football, baby. Head to head. Because we got 2 games, the Vikings and the Bears, and the Raiders and the Falcons. But no sports for you? How about Little Big Town's Christmas at the Opry? On NBC, 1 hour special, get your popcorn ready. Liam Payne, who's to blame? Which direction are they going to go? Mid-season finale of NCIS and NCIS Origins, and something that pains my soul, the series finale of What We Do in the Shadows on FX. I absolutely love that show, and if you two haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. It's very, very funny.
I think I watched the first season of it.
Oh, it's so funny. Follow your dreams. Send me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra or at Sabby Cat Cat until TikTok gets banned in a month and a half. Most importantly, say it with me, you aliens.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. I know, C-Lane, I think you watched that movie Carry On Netflix.
I did.
I watched it as well. Thoughts?
Okay. We watched that too. I swear to God, when we were watching it, I go, is there a shot that Jason Bateman took this role and he could be in the movie and he never had to appear in the movie? Because for the first 35 or 40 minutes of the movie, it's just his voice. He's not actually in the movie. He's just like this guy on the phone.
I think that was part of the suspense.
Yes, until they revealed him and he showed up in the scene. But I thought for a second, I was like, what if he just does this whole gig via phone right now?
Jason Bateman can play a bad guy.
Yeah.
This is maybe the 4th movie I've seen with him playing the antagonist or the evil person in it. And
it was okay.
He's
it was
scary.
pretty good. Yeah,
it's our generation's Die Hard.
I don't know if this was legit or not, and I'd actually be interested in learning more about this dumb, mundane thing that I'm about to tell you. But I wondered if all the scenes that they showed behind the scenes at the airport were legit.
Right. Also didn't know there was rankings in TSA.
Well, because they show where the luggage goes.
Yeah.
When you check it in and the whole area back there, I was like, is this actually filmed at one of these places? Does it really look like this? I have no idea.
Is that what the plane looks like underneath?
Yeah, can you just roll into it?
Dope.
I hope that's not real. I hope you're not allowed to do that.
I'm going to see my next flight for sure.
All right, quick break. We're gonna stop down and we'll join our friend Mo DeWitt. Before too long here, we'll get more into what's happening with the drones. We got another email to talk about. Mike Tyson said something that's pretty startling. We'll talk about that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio wants to give you the ultimate welcome to Rockville experience. Head to realradio.fm/Rockville for details.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is starting to slow down on some of the major roadways this afternoon on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429 approaching the Lake Buena Vista area. There's slowdowns due to an accident blocking the left lane on Florida's Turnpike northbound before Hancock Road. An earlier accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound near County Road 561 blocking the left shoulder there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. You've got great taste. That's why Wawa lets you customize a delicious crispy or roasted chicken sandwich just the way you want. Chicken how you wanna at Wawa.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Magic 107.7.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Orlando's Christmas station.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Hey, it's Sisney from On Air with Ryan Seacrest. It's no surprise that people often gain weight around the holidays. I mean, you may even know this from experience. Fortunately, Future Health can connect you with doctors specializing in GLP-1s, the weight loss meds that you've been hearing so much about. So in the spirit of the season, why not give yourself the gift of weight loss for less than $3 a day? Just take their quick 3-minute survey. If approved by a clinician, you'll be prescribed and get meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. So what are you waiting for? Get access to leading weight loss meds and enjoy ongoing support from a network of over 6,000 licensed physicians and pharmacies nationwide at tryfh.com. It's that easy. Tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
You want to throw the best party on the block? Let's face it, it's not a party without a Bartesian. This isn't just any cocktail maker. It's your ticket to perfectly crafted premium cocktails at the push of a button. Imagine your guests raving about their drinks. Whether it's a bold margarita or a smooth old-fashioned or something sweet and fruity, Bartesian makes you the life of the party while your high-tech bartending partner does all the work. This weekend, be the host everyone talks about. Be the life of the party. Be Bartesian. On your phone, dial *** bar. That's *227, and we'll send you a link for you to claim $50 off. Dial *227 now to get your Bartesian and make your next gathering legendary. That's *227. Don't wait. Your perfect party starts with Bartesian. Call *227 now.
Give your home a gift for the holidays by upgrading your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's acclaimed windows and doors offer excellent insulation, reducing energy loss and helping to lower your utility bills while maintaining a comfortable indoor temperature year-round. Plus, they offer peace of mind. With Acclaim Impact Windows and Doors, you're investing in a product that not only enhances your home's beauty, but also significantly boosts its safety and value. Here's what Joni had to say. Great workers and beautiful job. Love it. All the employees are wonderful. Thank you all. For December, Renewal by Andersen is offering buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Bonus, free True Scene screen upgrade for the first 50 customers. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In Office Orlando.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a Caldor
friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Radio 104.1.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
The latest Secret Shows subscriber. Unlock Secret Shows over on the website. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. That's where you can find everything to do with the show. And that is thenewsjunkie.com with an IE on the end. One of the things that I found kind of confusing this weekend, when I saw this come across, I go, okay, I'm sure we're supposed to take this seriously, but why? What's going on? There's a massive recall of Stanley cups. And Sea Lane's house is hard to sit. And it's very many
such an empty space in my pantry. It's like I have a whole new pantry now.
Do you guys go hot in those cups?
No.
Neither do I, and that's like the biggest thing. But the news story that I saw over the weekend with this issue seemed to show video of it happening.
Really?
Which looked insane.
Yeah, I guess this is an actual problem. You think about Stanley cups, you go, what could be a recall that could hurt somebody? It's a mug. It's a giant thing you put water in or whatever. But this is an issue, I guess. They say Stanley is recalling about 2.6 million of its switchback and trigger action stainless steel travel mugs because there's a burn hazard on these things. They said the mug's lid threads can shrink when exposed to heat. So, the thing that keeps it sealed and like the threads on that, it gets real hot and it can expose to heat. It can shrink and then the top will come off. And if you have like a hot coffee in there or something, that's what they're worried about.
What is switchback and trigger action?
So trigger action I did see was like the straw that pops out.
All right.
So you could tuck it in and then you click some sort of button and it pops out versus the ones that, I have one. But it looks similar to Sea Lane's, and it's just the straw that you put in.
It sounds like a G.I. Joe, for God's sake.
You've seen them before. Like, just the water bottles, the straws are in there, and you can tuck it back in as like a spring. But the videos I had seen was like it had gotten so hot, and those threads had melted, and all of a sudden it's exploding. And if the top is not hitting you, it's the rest of the hot fluids that are hitting you as well, because
and it's actually happened to people.
To it. Yeah.
It says Stanley has received 91 reports worldwide of this happening with the Stanley mugs, including 16 in the United States. It's resulted in 38 burn injuries worldwide, including 2 burn injuries in the U.S., with 11 customers worldwide requiring medical attention.
Oh, these are not those Stanleys that we have.
They're not. They're different models.
Also, she only does like cold liquids in there.
When you go to Stanley1913.com, that's where they have like a recall thing up. If you go there, C-Lane, does this mean if you have one of these, they give you a brand new Stanley tumbler?
I think maybe.
That's always the time.
Got a damn refund, please.
Take some old-ass Stanley that you got, and it's all beat up, and you want a new one, and go, hey, this is the kind that you're doing the recall on, and they send you a brand new one, and bam, they're doing it anyways. It says, the mugs were sold on Amazon's website and at Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods and Target and other stores nationwide from 2016 to 2024.
Not sold online at all?
No, it says online. Stores nationwide and online between $20 and $50 depending on the model of travel mug. And They're saying Stanley 1913 is a website where you can go, and I imagine if it's a recall, I would think you're getting a new Stanley mug, or maybe you're getting some mailbox money.
For the Consumer Product Safety Commission page that has this, the remedy says replace. So I think they're instead of just buying it back, they'll just replace it.
That could be sweet. All right, if you got one of those, go over Stanley1913.com.
Yeah, okay. And then scroll all the way to the bottom, right near the fine print where it says product recalls. Because it's not like Stanley 1913. They're still trying to sell you a bunch of stuff on the way down to that recall page. Oh, yeah. That's their main website.
Oh, that is? Their website is Stanley1913.com?
Yeah.
Is that their founding date or something? Or why else would they have that on it?
Because Stanley's a common brand name.
Oh, maybe it is, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
if I go to just Stanley, it's the Black & Decker brand.
Oh, okay. I see. Two big companies with that name, huh? Mike Tyson is opening up with a startling admission.
What's that?
Weeks after this Jake Paul fight on Netflix that blew up in front of the world.
Which became so much of everyone's unofficial Netflix Wrapped. It's like, these are the top movies you saw. It's like that shouldn't count. Everyone was waiting for the thing, and it never happened.
Speaking of that whole Netflix Unwrapped or whatever it was called, where you put your information in and it shows you a recap of what you watch, that there was a lot of problems with that. There was a lot of problems. They didn't weigh things. If you're doing an Unwrapped feature, it should obviously focus on things that you've watched repeatedly, or like maybe you watched it and reviewed it, or there's so many things that Courtney would go, in our full list of movies that it showed, she'd go, I watched that for like 8 minutes. I watched half an episode of that, and I never watched it again. I watched a little bit of that to see if the series was good, and I like it. And yet it filled up the whole visual thing that they gave you, which is dumb. Spotify Wrapped and some of these other ones, they show you what you actually dug. Like, they tell Sabrina how many hours or minutes she listened to Beyonce in 2024.
Big dance party.
It's at least you can know a little bit more about what you did for that year. I didn't think they did it in a smart way. Anyhow, Mike Tyson has opened up on his huge Netflix boxing match with Jake Paul. It's rather worrying, this suggests. Speaking since the fight, Tyson spoke to a radio show, and he said, listen, you know what I remember? Coming back from the first round, and the next thing I remember is Jake doing some kind of, I don't know, what was he doing? He says he doesn't actually remember the rest of the fight.
Okay.
He said he only remembers like a little bit of the fight.
I mean, that's not great.
Oh, the rest of it is that. And I go, guys.
Well, I don't remember much of the fight either.
Well, you weren't in it, but I worry now. I go, should we be having a reckoning about what's going on with these sports, with MMA and boxing? Should we be we're watching these people? The good fight on that card with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson was not Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. It was the two women that fought right before they did. And those women beat the hell out of each other.
And what are their names?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
And now their brains are probably mush. I bet they don't remember the whole fight. You're not supposed to do that as a human being. It's bad for you.
I mean, I'm not surprised that Mike Tyson doesn't remember the whole fight.
Mike Tyson's head has been hit so many times.
Also, our heads don't get hit as much as Mike Tyson's head has been hit, and we could barely remember the show after we're done.
My memory is garbage these days. It's gotten so bad.
My memory is selective. Like, I can remember very intense specifics of stuff that happened 11 years ago. But if you ask me, for example, what we talked about on the show today after we're off the air, I would have an issue with it.
Yeah, I'm so bad about that. I have to go back to my browser history to write the podcast description. I have no
that's
idea.
a good one. I used to use the texting service.
I look at it now.
I used to write it down, and then I had 50 piles of paper that went
you
into
didn't
the
do
trash.
anything? What was I going to say?
There you go.
You see, it's memory fading right here. What is your, we've probably gone over this on the show before, but I don't remember. What is your very first ever memory that you can access in your brain, and how old were you?
Ooh.
I bet Mike Tyson's is in like his 20s or something. I bet the whole first 20 years of his life is gone from getting punched in the head so many times.
Like, I could tell you about the image that's in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine that I was probably like 2 or 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in my parents' bedroom, and I was watching something with the Muppets on it. Like, it was some sort of special.
And you're sure you were 2 or 3?
Yes, because I lost my pacifier. Like I dropped my pacifier behind the bed.
Oh my God.
And so I remember that image, and I remember they were singing Aruba, Jamaica, something, and they were saying bye, and I started just screaming, crying.
They were singing Kokomo?
Yeah, but they were leaving on a pirate ship, and they were all saying bye as it fades away. I'm like, they're never coming back.
Oh my God.
Where's my pacifier? But
I don't have anything from that young. That's
it. But that's the only thing, and I don't know why that's such an image in my head. I wouldn't necessarily file that under trauma because it was just a pacifier and the Muppets leaving.
I would love to see a study, though, on how young people's first memories are, because that must be on the low end. 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old, that's really, really young. I don't remember anything from that time. For me, I was either 4 or 5.
I kind of do, but it's cheating because I think that this is probably...
why? Is there a photo of it? Is that why?
There's a video.
Oh, okay.
So when I had my 3rd birthday party, I think it was 3 or 4. It was old enough that I was going to school and had friends come to this party.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Ninja Turtles themed. Man, maybe 3's too early. I had a Ninja Turtles themed party and all my friends over. And one of my friends' dad had the video camera, the over the shoulder.
Yeah, old school.
Took a bunch of video of it. So, and I've since seen that video. So I feel like I can remember being in it, but I can definitely remember watching it.
That's a weird thing, though. You don't know if you've created that from the video or if it's actually in your head stored from the actual original incident.
And then we're having another stoner moment where, like, all the kids now will only see if, like, some of their footage they've gone viral for and they don't even know it.
Well, they're going to have way more than us because so much of their lives have been filmed. Like Celine was saying, when we were children, it was such an ordeal.
All in black and white for you, Sean.
No, it wasn't black and white. But I remember there's one of my early memories.
First family video was on a Nickelodeon.
One of my early memories that I have not mentioned on the show because I brought up a couple of them before. But one of my very, very early memories was my dad got for Christmas a camera, and it was like Celine was saying, one of those big, like how to hold the camera. It was a huge camera, right?
Well, because it had to be a VCR that you carried, the full size VHS video would go inside it. Which was the most
convenient because then you got the mini DVs, and that you had to connect to the TV in order to watch any of it.
They were massive, massive, massive. And my dad, my grandparents, who almost never came in town, my grandparents were at my parents' house in the acreage. And my dad was spending every moment of his time filming stuff because he wanted to make a little video to show everybody before we celebrated Christmas. And my dad is filming me riding my bike. He's filming inside the house. He's filming the Christmas tree. He's filming my grandparents and a bunch of stuff with them. And then at the end of it, everybody sits around the TV and my dad puts the tape in.
Almost immediately?
No, it's after the end of the day when he had filmed all these different things. He spent all day doing this. And at the end of the day, he put the tape in the VCR and everybody gathered around. And he screwed up and everything he videotaped all played at the same time over each other. And it looked like I was driving my bike over the Christmas tree and everything was a catastrophe. And my grandpa trolled him so hard for the rest of the day. It was like, hey, you want to film this, Rusty? He used to call my dad Rusty. And oh, man, he ripped him to shreds for this.
I mean, but that's a memory for you.
Yeah, but that's stuck there. I still don't know if that's from the videotape or, if that's, it's weird. It's going to be so screwed up for kids now because all of this stuff is filmed every moment of their life. And Mike Tyson doesn't remember any of it because he's been punched in the head
love some VHS.
far too many times. Real quick, an email. Michael emails the show and he says, talking about the father responding to the little kid flinching. And I'll bring you up to speed on this if you're not familiar. There was a video that we talked about last week, and it involved this momfluencer who seems like a pretty terrible person. And in it, the father kind of flinched out or got near the baby's face, and the baby flinched like it was about to be hit. And we were talking about, is that a sign of a child being abused, or is that just like a natural response that you end up flinching like that? So Michael says, hello, my favorite people. Day one listener, have been enjoying this ride we call life alongside you three for a while now. This is in regards to the kid that kept flinching around his parents. I'm a father of 2 girls, 7 years old and 3 years old, and they never flinch when I'm approaching them. I even checked with them as they let me randomly walk up abruptly to hand brush their hair out of their faces. My only consideration for this nurse lady is that sometimes when kids are in a hyper state, they tend to be more instinctual, which could be the case considering their child was already upset. His natural state with the parents should be nurturing, not tense.
Sure.
And he said this may be a sign that the kid was having a crappy childhood. Keep being awesome. Love listening. We'll continue. Y'all take care. Peace, Michael.
Because there's one thing about like kids flinching because you're going up as if they're going to be hit with something you can see with their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this one doctor who keeps popping up on my TikTok for some reason. What are you telling me, universe? But he's there's footage of him as soon as he delivers a baby, and he was doing this thing like checking reflexes, and then he dropped the baby for a little bit, like and then you see the baby's arms flinch up as if like it knows it's falling. Therefore, that reaction is checked off of the list.
Oh, that's weird,
Isn't
man.
that strange?
Yeah, it's weird. Some of that stuff is just in our computer chips, baked into our brains. We got our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm hanging out with us today.
Last time. Oh, there
He's
he is.
for realsies.
Hello.
Hello, Moses. How are you today?
Doing well. How are you guys?
This is our last time we get to hang out with Mo before the break. What's going on?
That was a prank.
That was very dramatic.
Yeah.
Last time before the break.
I believed it for a second at least. All right, we are going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll hang out with Mo. If you have any questions for him, you can send those via email or dispatch, and we'll run those by Mo. We'll get to the latest, the very latest in all the drone news, the mystery drone news, to get you caught up on that. And we have to talk about something that happened on GoFundMe as well. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
Monsters in the Morning.
I'm really lucky that I have a comfortable relationship with my wife. Like, it's like, okay, yeah, let's get the wigs and shiny outfits out, and I feel totally comfortable wearing them.
well, good. All right.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, best holiday selection, lowest prices.
There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound due to an accident between County Road 557 and US 27. There's also delays in that Champions Gate area approaching State Road 429. Just travel with caution through there. There's an accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound before Hancock Road, causing stop-and-go traffic as well. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto.
If you want to find out about a reverse mortgage, that mortgage guy Don can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. You want to find out how it works? That mortgage guy Don will get you some numbers and explain the details. And then you decide if it makes sense for you to proceed. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver, especially for people over 62 on a fixed income. So get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment to get started, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Down payments vary. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will. When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay.
Let's go! Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything's possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Mornings. Nope, not my thing. But when I imagine a McDonald's breakfast in my hand, suddenly the snooze button is out of the picture. Now for a limited time, the 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast deal includes the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, Egg McMuffin, or the sausage McMuffin with egg. It's like a fist bump for breakfast that says, you've got this. It's time to gear up and seize the day. The breakfast hype is real. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup Disheners. Air Cup Disheners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Sprite, Fanta, and of course, Southern style sweet tea. And they're incredibly cost effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. Air drinks. And there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Keep listening to Magic 107.7 on the free iHeartRadio app, or just search Holiday in the app for more holiday music, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio. Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the...
Rolling in for Mo, and we'll get to that momentarily. And then I want to talk about a pretty genius way to make some money, or at least just judging by the story that I've seen here, a genius way to make money. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Justin emails the show, and he says, subject line, faking death. Years ago, I heard it was perfectly legal to fake your death as long as you didn't break any of the laws while doing so. Can you ask Mo if this is true or not? Mo, what do you think?
It depends. So
on what?
Well, on what you're doing. So, I mean, there was that one individual were they from California?
The kayaker guy you're talking about?
No, different a lady who went to Mexico and just disappeared.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And so there, as far as I know, so far, she just kind of disappeared. She went into Mexico, didn't tell anyone where she was going.
You're talking about the one who was coming from Hawaii.
Yeah, I think she was in Hawaii.
They found her alive, and she said, hey, I don't want anything to do with my family. I'm fine.
Right.
They called it like a voluntary. She was voluntarily missing or something like that.
Something like that.
A term.
So would that be the difference between faking your death and just fading away, going away somewhere?
Exactly. It's once you start to commit some sort of fraud,
like collecting money based on insurance.
That. I mean, certainly the insurance issue. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. But even it can get a little tricky if you're basically trying to set up a fake crime scene to make it appear that you faked your death.
That's what the kayaker guy did.
Right. And then you have police out doing search and rescue missions and spending all this money, because essentially you've perpetrated a lie to the authorities. And again, it's going to depend. It's going to be very case specific depending what you did. If you just went to work one day, but just didn't go to work and just didn't show up there or anywhere else, that may not be illegal. If you're starting to create fake crime scenes, then you're probably getting in the territory where it's going to be illegal. It's, of course, going to depend state by state as well.
Because if you just disappear, you can fall back on, hey, I didn't tell you guys to come looking for me.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you don't have any real control over the level of search and rescue that's done for you, but that's still on you.
Well, if you're committing some sort of fraud that then is tricking those people into doing the search and rescue, that's where the crime could be committed.
Right. Okay.
So here, he obviously
set this up to make it look like he drowned or fell off the kayak or whatever the scenario was, when in reality that never happened. That was all a stage scene.
Right. Okay. I want to talk about something because I saw this story and this rocks my world. Does all the things, and it was about a baseball player. I'm so out of touch with baseball. I don't know who Freddie Freeman is. Do you know that name, Moses?
I do not.
Oh, Freddie Free.
Freddie Freeman is a guy who I guess is on the Dodgers, and in the World Series, he hit a walk-off grand slam. Now let's do a little bit of the numbers on this. I don't know where the World Series is, but the average MLB game, how many people are in attendance? Are we talking about?
I guess it depends on the stadium, but probably upwards of 20.
Well, what about let's say the Dodgers? The Dodgers stadium? How many people could fit in that, C-Lane? Because I want to. It's
got to be like 30,000.
I would think so.
The
right?
soccer stadium I work for.
56,000.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus! All right, so 56,000. That's still good, though. That's still good for what I'm about to tell you, because somebody was one of those 56,000 people. In fact, you could go further and say there's only a certain portion of those people that are in the outfield or in a place where they could possibly get a grand slam ball that was hit to them. But the person who caught it, the ball sold for $1.56 million
No way.
at an auction. And I thought,
that's insane.
Everybody, we go to the 7-Eleven and we buy lottery tickets when things get way up there in the numbers. We'll gamble on baseball stuff or anything else that we think might pay us off in money. But these are probably better odds of getting $1 million than you're ever going to see in your entire life. If there's 50,000 people at that stadium, one of them's going to catch the ball. And in this case, that ball was worth $1.56 million. And when you pair that with the fact that the Shohei Ohtani guy, he had a ball which went for, I think, $4.4 million. And I don't know, one, if this is the case in any other sport. If so, let me know what that would be. And two, how do they prevent moving forward this from turning into a death match in the stands when there's $1 million flying at you?
But you have to find the right seller. It's not like you throw it up on the internet and you're going to get that same amount.
No, they just go to one of the auction companies and they go, here's the ball. It's verified. It's from the game. Here's me catching it and stuff. And this is the actual ball. They sell it to whoever is going to be, what is it, Christie's? Who are these? The auction
Sotheby's.
Sotheby's, that's a big one. They sell this. They get it to the right person. And you got to make at least probably, I would guess, like $1 million for catching that ball. That's crazy to me. Is there any sport other than baseball where you would get something like that?
Oh, I mean, not that I can think of. I mean, maybe a puck in hockey, but that doesn't come out very often.
Good luck.
Yeah, you might get a headache from that. I don't know.
Here's the thing, though. When you catch a baseball like that, the baseball was involved in this walk-off grand slam. It was game one of the World Series. Like, if you're catching a hockey puck, nothing important happened with that puck. The fact that you're catching it means it's out of bounds. There was no game-winning score with that hockey puck unless that was given to somebody else. You don't have as much of a value on something that because the rest of those things are just going out of bounds. They're not in play and they're not special.
I guess that's because, C-Lane, there are very few sports where you can score when a ball goes into a place where people are sitting.
Yes.
Because, that has to be attached to it.
Yeah.
The act that those people are in the outfield, and if the ball goes in the outfield, it could be something that is a big event and not a bad thing.
When was the last time a basketball ended up in the stands and they were like, nope, I'm keeping this. It's going to be worth
That's hard to hide a little bit.
That's true, too. With baseball, it seems to be the only one where you don't have to give it back. The basketball, you have to throw it back into the guys to let them play.
You're supposed to.
Can you do it
I'm
with
almost
the puck?
surprised. I mean, you could throw the puck back, too. I'm surprised they haven't put in the contract for the ticket at this point that the ball belongs to the stadium or the team. And that way they just keep it and avoid, people fighting over it.
Right. A lot of times if it's something that the players will want, like their first home run, or they'll go and try to barter with the people.
Did you see who caught the ball? The fan?
No. Who caught it?
Zachary Ruderman.
All right.
A 10-year-old boy who was told he was leaving school early to get his braces off, but his parents surprised him by taking him to Game 1 of the World Series instead.
And now I just paid for college.
Who gets that money?
I think it's
the kid or Mo, as an attorney, if you take your little kid, if Stanley takes Jackson or you take Carter out to a basketball game or baseball game rather, and you go, here you go, and you give him the home run ball, is that legally his now if you sold it?
I mean, theoretically, but he can't enter into a contract to sell it on his own because he's a minor.
Take that,
So
kid.
theoretically, the parent would have to do it on behalf of the child. I don't know if there's any laws in this state that would protect the money in this situation where the parent's selling it on behalf of the child. Probably not. So even though technically it's the child's property, the parents are going to be ultimately the ones who sell it, and ultimately probably going to be the ones who keep the money.
They're going to take all that money from that kid, whether he likes it or not.
Great catch, son. See ya.
He got the memories, though. That's what really counts.
Bootsy Moonshine says, bad news, he still has the braces. Yeah. A memory, though. Real good memory. That Freddie Freeman ball walk-off grand slam went for $1.56 million.
And that happened in October of this year. So less than 2 months to sell this ball and get
They
that
found
much
the
money
right
for it.
Seller for that, though.
There's people that will
middleman.
spend money on this stuff. I don't get it. Like, there are people who are major collectors of this stuff. I like cool things. I like to collect stuff. Courtney always gives me hell when we watch Home Alone because I once bid on and almost won a bidding war for the map that Kevin McAllister makes when he's planning out his attack.
That would be a badass prop to own.
And I was going to frame it, and I was going to put it in the kitchen or something. And I got outbid, and I was like, it's fine.
Oh, my gosh. I was watching this video on YouTube over the weekend, and it was somebody was going to the filming places of one of the Ernest movies.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, look, we're in this little, museum, and this is the plunger that he used on screen. And you're like, wow.
really?
You're like, oh, impressive. The Ernest plunger, right? The handles were different colors. They showed this plunger that's sitting on a table. Like, this is the screen used plunger, and then they show the scene of Ernest, old Jim Varney, doing that thing, and it's a totally different plunger.
Feels like lies. Feels like lies to me. Over to Mike with a dispatch about baseball.
Good afternoon, Junkie. Sports, baby.
Yeah.
Guys, they throw baseballs into the stands all the time. So after the inning, they'll do a roundabout, the bases with the ball warm up, and they throw it in the stand, or they end the inning and it's pop fly outfield. Okay. They'll throw it into the stand on the way in, and the same thing infield. They'll throw it into the stands on the way in. They're always throwing baseballs in. So, yeah, they can't. Well, they wouldn't say, okay, that's our baseball.
Yeah,
you guys can't have it. All right, see you. Thanks.
They always throwing these super expensive baseballs, huh?
I didn't understand a word that guy said.
Yeah, but he's talking about sports.
I don't know if it was
Loves the
because
show.
he was bad at communicating or I
That
just
was a
don't know
thick
sports.
The second you heard him mention sports, your eyes just glazed right over.
I was trying, but he's like, yeah, they just do this. They throw them in the roundabout. They got them in the outfield.
It's constantly throwing baseballs.
I believe you, sir. You sound like you know what you're talking about. Here's OMG. It's Price with a dispatch.
Hey, Junkies.
First time.
Price here. First dispatch.
Yep.
Talking about early memory, I've got a couple really early memories that I've remembered my whole life. And, in my 40s now, I still remember them. But kind of like C-Lane, I think it might be cheating a little bit, because when I think back on it, I don't know that I remember the actual experiences anymore at this point in my life, so much more than I remember recalling those memories. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I've got 2 or 3 early memories from, being 3 or 4 or 5 or possibly younger, but the only reason I still remember them now is because I've recalled remembering those.
Yeah, you're a version
over
of it.
time since I was a child. So I don't know that I'd remember anything from being 5 or younger more so than I just remember remembering those things.
Exactly, and that,
Whoa.
my friend, even though completely unrelated to it, that is the best argument ever for why every cop should have a body cam. Because just going on what your memory of the incident was is not enough. People will screw those up over time. You'll end up with a completely fabricated version of them. That's why that would happen. I wonder if in the future, everybody will have every moment of their life captured. and like maybe you get something implanted and it just records everything. And then, so when something happens, you pull up the tape and you go back. Because if you did that, I think you'd be
tape, Sean?
Well, the digital recording of whatever is happening for the entirety of your life, stored in the cloud. And then if you go back to it, it would be really crazy to see how that matches up with what you think happened in that moment. A lot of times you probably have it pretty wrong, I would think. All right, one more for now. Here is Insecure Walrus with a video dispatch.
I apologize for all the bird noises. Apparently I'm out walking amongst the busy bird tree. But anyways, my sister-in-law, she is turning 30 this year, and she feels very slighted in her growing up because of the fact that she doesn't have any pictures of her when she was little. She was right at the age when the digital camera was just coming around, and they took a bunch of pictures with old digital cameras, but nobody saved those anywhere. There wasn't a cloud backup.
Brutal.
They just wound up on some kind of memory card or something like that, and they're just, who knows where they are now. Maybe they'll clean the house out someday and find it.
There are so many in that like small window of digital camera age. Where like I know I have a lot of memories from my junior, senior year of high school and my freshman and sophomore year that was digital camera to laptop that does not work anymore. Like I stored it all there. So I have no way of ever seeing those pictures again.
Well, I'm sure somebody could make that a viewable thing.
My photo bucket sent me an email saying, we're deleting this forever. And
true.
so I downloaded everything, but there's a whole bunch of pictures
Right.
I'll never see again.
Yeah, it's weird when you think about it. We're full on stoner moment here, but that is kind of a thing. So,
Whoa, man.
Or a conspiracy theory.
Or, yeah.
She was stolen as a child and her parents just made up the story.
True.
Also,
that would be a jaw dropper. And the parents might be in a world of trouble, but we'll see. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, jury duty with Mo. So work in any of those legal questions. I'll check the email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com as well. We'll get into the latest with the drones, and something happening on GoFundMe will be inside jury duty, actually. That is all coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This is former
sidelines. There's clearly a locker room issue among the quarterback and a receiver or receivers, yet they keep winning, always. And despite the drama, the Eagles look like the NFC's beast. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Hey, Florida drivers, the holiday season is upon us. When celebrating, always plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Besides, a DUI could cost you $10,000. Not exactly the best gift you could give yourself. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Hey guys, due to the recent storms in Orlando and Tampa, Solar Source has their first ever bulk order discounts on solar battery systems. I got one for my house. I love it. Discounts are starting at $1,000 off solar battery systems. Tesla Powerwall offered right now at the lowest prices they've ever seen. So get yourself one. It's a great gift for the holidays. Sales are currently planned through December 31st, but that may change. So get them now. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
These days, everything in Orlando costs more. But a single line at Verizon doesn't. Get one line for as low as $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So, while coffee is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. And dinner for two has gotten pricey. Verizon, less pricey. Kissimmee rent, that's not coming down. But Verizon, down. One line for just $50 a month. That designer Golden Doodle, so much more. But Verizon, a fair bit less. Even a good old tried and true hamburger will cost you more. But with Verizon, the same tried and true service is now just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. Point is, in a world that is always costing more, you can get more for less right now at an Orlando Verizon store. $15 promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. The FDA has not approved or substantiated these claims.
9, 10. Drew, you're crushing these sets. What's your secret? You've heard testosterone drops off for guys over 40, right? Making it harder to stay fit and energized? I felt that way, so I started taking enclomiphene from Zelfie to double my testosterone levels. Plus, it costs 75% less compared to testosterone replacement therapies, and it's 100% online. I can double my testosterone for 75% less and do it 100% online? Exactly. It's a simple daily pill shipped right to your door that boosts your body's natural production of testosterone without any injections or side effects from traditional testosterone replacement therapies. How do I get in on enclomiphene? Just text Zelfie.
Text CLOCK to 200-300 to find out if you qualify for enclomiphene from Zelfie. It can double your testosterone levels. It costs 75% less compared to testosterone replacement therapies. Plus, text CLOCK to 200-300 right now and get an extra 40% off. It's 100% online and ships directly to your door. Text CLOCK to 200-300. CLOCK to 200-300.
Dive into the weird, wonderful, scary, or sad with Stuff You Missed in History Class, a podcast spotlighting history that didn't get enough attention. From divorce ranches...
When we say it was easier to obtain the divorce, it was a lot easier.
...to mysterious death.
I love a little unsolved historical murder. They're fun.
Listen to Stuff You Missed in History Class on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Missed in History Class and start listening.
Hey, Russ Rollins from the Monsters here. Life Imaging FLA. They want to remind you that, listen, the holidays can be stressful. People get stressed out. A lot of people have cardiac arrest during the holidays. We don't want that to happen to you. Get into Life Imaging FLA and get a heart scan. See how your heart is doing. You can do that for free with Life Imaging FLA. You pick up your cell phone, you dial pound 250, you say the words free heart scan. There are a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is definitely worth it. You got to get in there. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia when you talk to them about the heart screening. And a lot of listeners have had their lives saved by going to do this. When you talk to them about the heart screening, ask about cancer screening as well. Super important to do. You know, that is a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome, early detection. It's Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. It's Life Imaging FLA. Make sure you tell them Russ and the Monster sent you.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
At Total Wine & More, find the best gifts for everyone on your list, including a single barrel bourbon with the lowest prices for over 30 years. Curbside pickup and delivery available in most areas. Visit TotalWine.com for details. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the Law Offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the Law Offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This
It's nice to know that after this, we'll have 1 hour left in our third to final show of 2024. Again, not counting, but just nice to understand that and know that vacation is right on the horizon, which for some of you I know is probably not the case. So you're going to be angry hearing that. We've done our due diligence this year.
Yep.
There's been enough shows for you. You've enjoyed them, hopefully, and we've got 2 more left after this one, and then we'll regroup for a big, giant, explosive 2025.
I was realizing this weekend that this is the first winter break where it's just me and the baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's just going to be you and Jackson every single day hanging out?
Last year at this time, my wife was still on maternity leave.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So it was. I just hung out with her and the
What are
baby.
you guys going to do? Play video games or something?
I have no clue.
He can't do. He can't do all the interactive stuff yet, right?
No.
Like is not all the way there.
Well, nothing that I could participate in unless I'm just like pushing the buttons on his little books and games.
I mean, you guys could go bar hopping together.
That's true.
We've done that.
Yeah.
I think he's got rules. I think Sealand has rules about drinking in front of the kid, which I would have.
I don't have rules about drinking. I don't know why you think that I do.
You are okay with you when you go out with Jackson. If you're not driving, obviously, I've known you for a long
Jackson
time.
can drive.
I've known you for a long time. You don't drink and drive. But if you're not driving, will you get drunk with Jackson there?
I mean, I usually don't drink enough out to get that bad in a situation where he would be there. But if Ashley's driving and we're out with the baby,
just get hammered,
have some mimosas.
Like, have you ever come home and you're like, you're probably a bit drunk, and you're like, I just want to hug my baby goodnight, all right? So I give him a little kiss on the forehead, and that's my son.
Has Jackson spent any time with drunk you? Is
Yeah,
what we're getting at here.
Yes.
He has? And does it work out? Is all been well?
The first
Jackson
Thanksgiving.
spent time with me, with drunk me. He came to my birthday, and I was like, I can't believe you're here, man.
The first Thanksgiving, I got a little in trouble.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How far did you go with this?
Well, it was just I wasn't.
He threw up on the baby.
I wasn't driving, but then I still had to we were still like waking him up to have like the required number of bottles, and then I was trying to put him back down. He was just crying and crying, and I'm trying everything, and my wife just like, just let me do it. It's the grumble thing.
Unbelievable, this guy.
Yeah.
Moses, you would never do this, right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I could see that. Sealand is he's letting loose.
I'd love to see a video of Jackson like driving his Power Wheels with like Sealand like passed out on a wagon in the back, just towing him home.
Now we're
breaking
talking.
all the rules. That's how you do it.
Oh, he's still a little young for that. Give him a year or two.
Yeah. The senator of New Jersey, one of them, Andy Kim, is now going out on drone hunts with police to try to figure out what's going on in the skies because weird things are happening.
Do we need to like reiterate to people that you can't shoot drones? It's a federal offense to shoot them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, once it becomes a big, giant mystery for everybody in the country, obviously we have to protect ourselves.
But also, if you have that high-powered of a gun to shoot at it, I imagine you won't get caught because you're in the military. Like, I saw a video in which a guy was shooting, and it seemed like it was high-powered, but you could tell as soon as he shot out, you could see the bullet just go To their left.
Somebody
to the
texted
left.
in about
Not even close.
Somebody texted in about that video and said they were firing tracer rounds, which I don't know.
It's fake. That video is fake because I've seen the version of it that doesn't have the bullets. I saw somebody post about this, I think.
Okay. I got duped again.
Yesterday night or this morning or something. But I don't know if people actually have done this. I think there was possibly stories about 911 calls where people had fired shots. So people are probably doing it.
Unrelated to this New Jersey thing. And this was something that I had for This Week in Florida for last week. But this guy in Lake County, 72-year-old guy, he had to take a plea deal because he was arrested for shooting at a drone that he thought was surveilling him. And it turned out to be a Walmart delivery drone.
Idiot.
And so they arrested him.
This is the future.
And he took this plea deal, and it said he agreed to submit to a restitution order. His attorney described this as an admission of wrongdoing, not a guilty plea, and he was ordered to pay $5,000 to the drone company.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, couldn't there be a position, though, Moses? And by the way, we'll call this jury duty. Brought to you by the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go?
Yeah.
Just call Mo.
Thanks, Mo.
866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. If you or one of your loved ones is in an accident, you see somebody in your family saying, I need an attorney, you comment on that thread and say, hey, at Just Call Mo. Make sure they're hooked up with the law firm that's going to represent them and treat them like a human. JustCallMo.com, 800-CALL-MO. Mo, if you're out and you've got some person that's attacking you, there's a level at which their violence becomes enough to justify you using deadly force to defend yourself. So say I'm on the streets, there's some crazed lunatic who's coming after me, and I feel like my life is in danger, and I fire a shot and maybe even kill that person. And I can, in some states, I can be justified in doing that. Can you be justified in shooting at a drone if the drone is like flying at you and you feel like you're in danger?
The only scenario I could possibly think of is, if you had a legitimate and realistic fear of great bodily harm or death of some kind, which would mean it's, attacking you essentially, which I don't exactly know how that would happen, rather than, just flying at you or something like that.
Dive bombing you or something, maybe?
And you had to use some sort of deadly force to stop the drone.
Perhaps they were doing that to you, maybe? Dive bomb?
That's the only way I could possibly think that it's justified. But Sealand's correct. I mean, shooting at a drone is a federal offense. And, typically drones can fly over property, private property, and that's perfectly legal to do. So it's going to be pretty hard to justify shooting at a drone. I know, and maybe this senator that you were mentioning proposed making it legal to shoot at drones. But we're going to have some
that's
issues
going to end up very poorly. And
everybody just popping off shots at drones
why
outside.
isn't the military attempting that themselves?
I don't know.
Just yet.
They're very busy.
Yeah, they don't know, and they're more fallible than we all gave them credit for. I've got Trump. He's chiming in on the drone situation. We'll hear from him. We'll see what he thinks is
very
going
serious.
On. He does. Look at that face. He's like, this is a real serious issue here, friends. We'll see what he said and get into more of your questions. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win tickets to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's bumper-to-bumper traffic due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound before Hancock Road. The left lane is blocked. Traffic is backed up from Colonial Drive. Watch out for an accident where Old Winter Garden Road meets Powers Drive. Traffic is slowing down on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. And the roadways might be wet out there, so travel with caution. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment to get started, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Down payments vary. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas station.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Hey, it's Sisney from On Air with Ryan Seacrest. Did you know that the best online weight loss program at Future Health is super affordable? Yeah. And the holidays are here, so why not give yourself a gift of weight loss for less than $3 a day? Meds like GLP-1s, yes, the buzziest weight loss meds around, are there at Future Health. Yeah, Future Health makes it so easy to get started. You can go to tryfh.com and take a quick 3-minute survey. If approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. Plus, with Future Health's network of over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide, you'll have support every step of the way. Connect with qualified doctors who specialize in GLP-1s at tryfh.com. Make it a gift that you give to yourself. Tryfh.com. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. Tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Save time and money with a PVC fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need for an average backyard of 120 feet, starting at $2,140. Go to fenceoutlet.com for more information and store locations. License number C10252 and C10803.
My friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. They're a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, and there are rebates that you get up to $1,275 on a brand new Carrier unit. If you're going to go with the experts, you got to go with Carrier, and you got to go with millsair.com. That's where I got my system. I absolutely love it. And you got to make sure you do maintenance on your AC system. They do service on all brands of AC, and it can detect and prevent an upcoming breakdown for you and save you a lot of money. You can count on millsair.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Radio. 104.1.
Send us a dispatch and join the ranks of the great 5%ers.
We got a couple of shows left in the year, and I got to tell you, it's been an absolute blast this year hanging out with you. If you want to learn more, go to thenewsjunkie.com. It's been a year full of fun moments. It's been a year full of crazy stories. Some of the stories from 2024, if you would have told them to me when I started out doing this so many years ago, I would have told you, no, that's your satire.
Without a doubt.
This is not happening. None of this stuff is really going to be happening. I don't believe it.
2024 has been like if AI made a movie of the most ridiculous things that could happen in 1 year. I mean,
you know what the craziest thing is, Sabrina? When I look at 2024, I go, we probably thought, hey, the election stuff is going to be the craziest part, and then we'll go into cruise control, and then we'll just get out of the year.
Can't hold a candle to it.
Then the dude shot and killed the healthcare CEO, and then we rolled on that for a little while.
The most recent. I mean,
and then now the drones thing has taken over, and people are going nuts about all these drones. It's like every 5 days, something new and magical gets dropped on our laps.
Also, there was a school shooting.
I saw that.
Well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there was a school shooting earlier today, some Christian school, and the details are starting to roll in on that now. Before we go to you and your dispatches, let's see what's going on with the drone re-Trump. Let's see what Trump is thinking about what's happening with the drones. Here he is. He's made a video on this.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey? It seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows.
Do they,
And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it.
Blast it out.
Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster.
We
want to
should
know
come
that they're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
Have you been?
Oh, wait, hold on. Hang on a second here.
They need to tell the people. They need to tell the people. They need to tell the people. No comment.
Yeah, hold on.
Isn't it ironic?
They just got done saying they need to tell us. They need to tell us. And then, have you been briefed about this? No comment.
Is he getting intelligence briefings yet?
Yeah. Yeah. That's normal. With transition times, they tend to do that. I don't think you have to. But I think
are they just the same ones that they would send to President Biden? They just CC Donald Trump?
Probably, yeah. They go, here,
tell
this
him
guy
the
needs to
baby
know.
version of it.
This guy needs to know what's going on, too. But he seems fully on board with the conspiracy here. Like, hey, what's happening? Why don't we know about this? I really do think there's two possibilities. Possibility one is this. Possibility one is there's something funky going on here, and the government doesn't want to tell us about it for a bunch of reasons. Those reasons could be it's a government exercise. Those reasons could be there's some other commercial thing that happened that they're trying to cover up. Those reasons could be a whole bunch of things, right? The other possibility, option two, is that our government actually doesn't know what the hell's going on. And
they don't want to say that.
That's terrifying.
No, they don't want to get it out there like, hey, we don't know when people just start flying drones over New Jersey. We don't have any way to say, oh, there's a drone that just took off. It's right here. And they could trace the drone back to wherever it came from. They don't know that. When those balloons traversed the United States and they thought China was behind these spy balloons, the only reason that came out is because people were looking up at the sky and seeing the spy balloons. The government didn't say, oh, look, we got this on our little radar here and we're tracking this thing. Afterwards, they said, we knew it was there the whole time. We knew what was going on. We were tracking it before anybody was talking about this. But I feel like that's a little bit of the NYPD move. The NYPD was going, listen, the guy who shot the healthcare CEO, we know your name. We're not going to say it right now.
Yeah.
We know exactly who you are, and we are
honing in. We've never been closer.
We've never been closer to where you are. We know exactly where you are. And they came out afterwards and they're like, we didn't have that guy's name on a list. We didn't know who the hell that guy. They lied about all of that stuff to make it seem like they were hot on the guy's tail. And I wonder if they're doing something similar here. And to me, that's kind of more frightening. In one way, I hate the idea of this big and all-powerful government. I want the government to be as small as...
I thought you were going to say Oz.
So in a way, Oz. I want the government to be as small and efficient as possible. But in another way, I also want a government to be competent enough so if people are flying drones over one of our states or multiple states, that they know what's happening and where it's coming from.
I think that one of the worries, at least in the drone community, in the drone enthusiast or even professional community, is that this scare over what's happening is going to fuel legislation that locks down things that we don't necessarily want locked down. Like right now,
Like drone flying.
like where it can go, when it can go, how high, how low. But one of the things that's been back and forth in legislation right now is whether or not we should be banning the Chinese drones, DJI, which is the most popular consumer brand.
And some states have made it so you can't have government use of those, I believe, right?
Yeah, and all the states that did that, they had to like sell off or auction off all their inventory and buy drones that the people flying them hated.
They're like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
We'd rather have the DJI thing, for God's sake. Yeah, it's a mess. And it does happen a lot of times that people will get hit by strays. So, for instance, Mo, to take you back into our world.
Let's go back.
What year was it when we had the Super Bowl and Janet Jackson's nipple was
2004.
on display? 2004?
Yeah.
In 2004,
The nip.
the nip that rocked the world. Everybody talks about this. They go nuts. It blows up on the internet at the time, became massive. And then what happened? Did they say we're going to regulate the Super Bowl performances moving forward? No. Everybody said this is gross and terrible and my child is harmed. And the FCC came after radio. So strays hit by the industry that had nothing to do with this. So you're absolutely within your rights. And it seems very normal as a response to worry that the drone people would be wronged by this.
Think about it this way. 2001, a bunch of guys got on airplanes and hijacked them and flew them into buildings with things that they brought with them on board.
Mm-hmm.
And what did they do? We got to get rid of curbside check-in.
That's what's going to fix all of this right now, right?
And take your shoes off.
At the airport, take your shoes off. And
Shoes was a little bit later. That was, what was his name?
Richard Reed.
Richard Reed. Yeah.
No, that's not right. That's not right. Richard Reed is the, what was Richard Reed? He's a shoe bomber? Hang on.
So. Every time I hear his name, it sounds like he's the Human Torch or something like that. He's one of the Fantastic Four.
Christopher Reeve's cousin.
Richard Reed, that was correct. Yeah. All right, good.
Speaking of 2004, we were talking about like stories from 2024 that would like blow your mind if you told somebody. If you went back to 2004 and told somebody, you know that show The Apprentice that just started with Donald Trump on it?
Guess what?
20 years from now, somebody is going to get close enough to him to try and shoot him while he's campaigning for a second term as president.
Right. Yeah. Get out of here.
That's just cramming the most mind blow into one sentence.
I don't believe that at all. I mean, I'll tell you, there is a weird thing that I experience quite often. Whenever we're in the area, Courtney, she doesn't tell me about, like, she doesn't point out a lot of stuff, even though she's lived here her whole life, and I haven't lived here my whole life. And the one time she
doesn't try to tour guide you? I'm so guilty of that.
She doesn't. And I kind of like that. And the one or two times where she went down to West Palm Beach, I was like, that's the elementary school I went to. That's this. And I would show her all these stuff. One thing that she tells me every time we drive by it, she goes, that's where one of the 9/11 hijackers lived.
Okay, what?
I go,
I did not know that was a thing.
Wait, where?
In Orlando?
By the Mall of Millennia, I think. One of the hijackers had an apartment over there. And she's like, oh, this apartment complex is where one of the 9/11 hijackers was. And I was like, why do you know that? And why is this the third time you've told me this?
The Orlando tour. I did not know.
She always
As someone who has not lived there their entire lives, that is very interesting.
Yeah, I guess that's where one of the hijackers was from, and it's big on her list of things to point out when we're hanging out.
I do feel the need to tour guide people all the time. It's just something that's just part of me.
You've done it to Sabrina and I before.
Yeah.
When we were going to
Universal.
Daytona for something.
Or Daytona?
Yeah. When we were going to the Daytona for some reason, a live broadcast, I think, C-Lane was like, this forest is named after this people, and this family, and this road is named after. He knows all of the little tidbits.
I pulled it on my mom and my wife at Disney. We were leaving, and I said, you know what they don't sell at that gas station there?
Bubble gum.
Bubble gum. I got a lot of guesses that weren't bubble gum. They're like cigarettes, beer.
What do they do when you do this? Do they roll their eyes?
Probably. They're used to it.
But guess what? You got another little human there that you could say the same story to.
Oh, gosh. He'll be so tired of it.
That's going to be so great. When you can talk with Jackson, he's like a little captive audience.
Oh, yeah.
You could say whatever you want to him.
And he's
going to
think
go
of
anywhere.
The funniest, too.
It's the best part. When you got a little kid that you can talk to, what are they going to do? You're in charge. You could tell him whatever you
laugh
want.
at my jokes.
He already thinks I'm funny. His laugh is infectious.
And you can lie to them about anything.
Oh, yeah.
You see a horse on the side of the road, you'd be like, we call those ducks. And that kid is going to look stupid in class one day. He's going to think that that's, you can lie to your kid about
up
all
for
of the
bullying.
things. Absolutely.
Great advice.
Keep him in check.
I had convinced Carter that Disney World was in Canada for about 3 years until he went to school and those other little kids ruined it.
That's the problem is. And if you lie to them about enough things, the other thing you could do is, if they're being bad or just not behaving, you can be like, if you straighten up, I'll tell you one more of the things that I'm lying to you about, right? So you don't look like an idiot moving forward.
Psychology, but I'm into
That's how you add lies, though. You're just switching them.
Yeah, you got to keep your kid on their toes.
Is Dylan in therapy?
Probably. If he's not, he needs to be.
Sean's paying for it.
A lot of things
He should
to
be
fix.
paying for it.
I saw the story this morning, and I'm over these things happening. They're looking for 30 people who did one of these intersection takeovers, and Orange County Sheriff's Office in this case looking at these people.
Was it the poor lady in her car?
Yeah, there's a woman in her car. Somebody had a Tesla, and dozens of people jumped on top of this dude's vehicle and kicked his windshield, causing it to break.
So there's another takeover.
Yeah, this is one of them that did a lot of damage, at least to that person's Tesla. But there are people who get in the middle of this, and they're scared as hell because there's people just out of control, spinning around in their vehicles, jumping around on cars, and they're looking for 30 people. And if they could find the January 6th guys, I feel like they could find these people. And let's start throwing them behind bars for a while. Let's start throwing the book at these losers so that the next time they have an opportunity to do this, they go, oh, I don't want to do that because my friend went to jail for 5 years when he screwed around and jumped on the hood of the Tesla. Every single one of these people needs to be run down. We have to stop with this chaos crap and just letting people get away with this stuff. Because if they can get away with it, just like your little kid, once your kid knows he can get away with it, it's going to do it 10 times over. It's going to make everything worse for the world. So
I don't think I've ever really gotten away with something and going, that'll be the only time I do that.
Right. If you get away with it, you go, hell yeah, that's awesome. It's like when kids figured out they could do whatever they wanted at school and the teachers weren't going to punish them. Next thing you know, the teachers are scared in their own classroom. You have to have order in these places. Okay, we're going to take a quick break here, and we got a bunch of feedback coming in from dispatches to emails and a whole lot more. And I still haven't gotten to this GoFundMe issue, but I think that's worth bringing it up, and we'll go over this with Moses as well. That is all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Best holiday selection, lowest prices.
There's bumper-to-bumper traffic due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound before Hancock Road. The left lane is blocked. Traffic is backed up from Colonial Drive. Watch out for an accident where Old Winter Garden Road meets Powers Drive. Traffic is slowing down on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. And the roadways might be wet out there, so travel with caution. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
This holiday season, shop local. Shop Graves RC Hobbies Orlando.
This safe driving message is brought to you by the Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt and JustCallMo.com. Whether it's the holiday season or any season, Mo encourages you to be considerate of other drivers and especially watch out for motorcycles. It's a busy time of year. Tourists are everywhere. Remember that someone is counting on you, so arrive safely. Saving 30 seconds that can cost you everything is simply not worth it. Injured in an accident? Call Mo at 1-800-CALL-MO. That's 1-800-CALL-MO or visit JustCallMo.com. Be safe and enjoy this season.
Happy holidays. Welcome to Total Wireless. How can I help you?
Oh, my phone is panicking. It thinks I'm trading it in.
No worries. At Total Wireless, you get 50% off the Total 5G Unlimited plan when you keep your phone.
Really? 50% off and I get to keep my phone? Wow.
Yep, that's as low as $25 per month for one line when you sign up for AutoPay.
Visit your Total Wireless store today.
Restrictions apply. Compatible device required. Available exclusively online and in Total Wireless retail stores.
Hey, it's Jenny Garth here. The talk around GLP-1s is inescapable these days, but are you familiar with Future Health? They've made accessing qualified doctors who specialize in GLP-1s easier than ever before. My friend has struggled with their weight for many years. It was always up and down. She tried fad diets, never saw lasting results. So she started using GLP-1s, and not only did the weight come off, but she also gained more energy to do all those activities that she loved the most. I'm all about feeling my best and living my life in a healthy way. It's incredible how science is able to help us achieve that healthy lifestyle that we are all striving for. Future Health gives millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare service provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Give your home a gift for the holidays by upgrading your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim windows and doors offer excellent insulation, reducing energy loss and helping to lower your utility bills while maintaining a comfortable indoor temperature year-round. Plus, they offer peace of mind. With Acclaim Impact windows and doors, you're investing in a product that not only enhances your home's beauty, but also significantly boosts its safety and value. Here's what Joni had to say. Great workers and beautiful job. Love it. All the employees are wonderful. Thank you all. For December, Renewal by Andersen is offering buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus zero money down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Bonus, free True Scene screen upgrade for the first 50 customers. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Keep the holiday soundtrack on everywhere. Open the free iHeartRadio app to take Magic 107.7 with you on the go.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Tap the holiday banner or just search holiday. Plus, you'll see stations playing Christmas country, jazz, pop, rock, R&B, and more. Tons of playlists and even holiday podcasts. Let us handle the music. You've got enough to do. Open the iHeart app now. Free never sounded so good.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
Two segments away from one in the bag and two left for the rest of the broadcast year. And I'm very excited about that. So we'll be going on a little bit of a journey with you over the next 2 days to wrap up 2024. We hope you'll hang out and send us dispatches. We'll get to some of those in just a second from the newsjunkie.com. Well, I saw this weekend that we may be actually getting serious with the daylight saving time battle.
Whoa.
And I have major concerns about this, because Trump is a populist guy. And when he sees a groundswell of support for anything, he's like, all right, here we go. And he puts the tweet out there, the truth, whatever, puts it out there. And he's like, the end of daylight saving time, we shouldn't be doing this. It costs us a lot of money, blah, 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 blah. But
what costs so much money? I don't understand that.
I have no idea. I've seen all these studies that come back and they go, it actually costs.
You don't need evidence of it. You say it and you fight and you're right behind it. No matter. No facts followed up.
You have to hire a clock winder. You have to wind the clock back.
That's right. Where's Doomsday Clock at right now?
I know that when people talk about this, there's a couple of things that happen, and I find them to be annoying as hell. One is saying daylight saving time, which is the correct way to say it, is annoying. It's just annoying.
Well, because
Daylight
we also kind of
savings.
grew up saying daylight savings time.
Yes.
That's what our parents said.
What's multiple savings?
That's one thing. And then the other thing is there's different phrases that are talking about when you fall back or when you spring forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the spring forward time.
Which is
That's-
daylight saving time.
Yes.
You want permanent daylight time.
Yes,
Yeah, you're a
yes.
springer.
And when Trump comes out, I think he might mean that. I think he might mean that he wants permanent daylight saving time. But everybody who talks about it goes, we're going to abolish daylight saving time. And that's not what you actually want, because that's the worst option
Actually,
as I see it.
There are some people that want standard time.
Hey.
I hate it.
So I
love it.
I think the thing that the biggest chunk of the people want is to stop changing their clocks twice a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if we agree on stop changing the clocks twice a year, then the divide is, okay,
Which one
are we keeping?
And then, but also where we're at, are we not just changing 2 clocks at this point? The
Oh, yeah,
only
there's
clock
not
I'm
much.
changing is the oven and the car. And I imagine that at least with my car, that's not something I'll have to do.
I
for
don't
much
care about
longer.
I don't do that
changing the
anymore.
time on any sort of devices. That's not a problem for me at all. The problem is the getting dark too early thing. And
What
I think
about a right in the middle? Is there not a right in the middle time?
there are some time zones that are in the middle, but
Let's do
there's
that
not
one.
many.
Very few.
Yeah, there's very
How
few that
about
are in the middle.
we give the power to the people? Each person picks whether they want to participate in daylight
Moses,
saving
you
time.
got
or
my
not.
vote.
Absolute chaos. You're like, Dave
Why
goes,
is he pushing for this now so much?
I'll meet you at
Moses.
5 o'clock. And you go, 5 o'clock your time or 5 o'clock my time?
Yeah,
You're a
it'll be
saver or
like,
non-saver?
Sabrina Standard Time. You can SST or
Oh, God.
MST.
Why is Trump doing it now? He's doing it now because he knows people hate this stuff. And it's a populist
But he
thing.
already
So
got the vote. So, like, who are you trying to win over?
he's constantly
He
trying
did the same thing
to.
with TikTok, and that's not being stopped by nobody.
No, he's not on that side of the TikTok battle. He doesn't want TikTok to be shut down.
There was a very small moment where he was like, I love the TikToks. Well, keep the TikToks.
That's where he's at now. He's in that in the
Love the
category of keeping
TikToks.
TikTok.
Here's a TikTok of me holding some Bitcoins.
Looking at
huge
the
views.
dance.
Although I do not know if he would have any power over that at all, because that was a judge's decision, the TikTok thing. I don't know where that would end up. And that's coming up before too long,
I'm
I think,
sad.
in January. So we'll see. That would be an interesting one. There's been a lot of countries that have moved back on all this social media stuff. Australia recently made it so kids, meaning anybody under the age of 18, can't be on social media. There's a lot of other countries who have kind of been thinking twice about this. The thing is, I don't know. I don't have a kid in that age bracket right now, and I don't hang out with kids, if that surprises you. I don't know what kids are doing. Are kids on, like,
Breaking news. Sean does not hang out with children.
are 14-year-olds on Instagram?
I'm sure they are.
Are there age limits on these platforms to begin with? I would imagine there
Yeah,
are,
but
right? Like a
that's
2-year-old can't have an Instagram.
Yeah, you just click a button probably.
It's just a yes or no.
I mean, maybe it's not, but I mean, when we were kids, it's like, are you 18? Sure, I am.
Damn right, Moses.
Age
Moses,
limit.
that wasn't for social media.
Okay, the minimum age limit to
Let's
create
go
an
to alcohol
Instagram
websites.
account is 13 years old. Instagram uses AI and partners with something called Yoti to verify users' ages. Users can confirm their age by
Mario's dinosaur ride?
no YOTI. They can confirm their age by providing their birthday, a photo ID, or a video selfie, and that can confirm
That's
what's going
weird.
on. So yeah, I guess if you're
That's
not
got to be
13,
a newer thing.
it probably is. Yeah, because they do this with a lot of the platforms. A lot of kids want to go on YouTube. A lot of parents want to put kids on YouTube, but YouTube doesn't want kids on the regular YouTube platform. So they made a whole different platform with just those Miss Rachel videos and stuff, just for kids to keep away from all of this stuff. Now, I don't know if there'll be any traction on this and if we'll actually get daylight saving time to be locked in the way I want it forever moving forward. But I sure hope that happens. We'll see. We're going to go to you in a moment here. But I wanted to tell you, GoFundMe has shut down the Luigi Mangione fundraisers. That brings in a lot of questions. One is, what do you do with stuff like this? Because one of the fundraisers raised over $85,000 for a guy who shot and killed a healthcare CEO. But GoFundMe, Moses, can they, because it is their platform, ban particular people from being able to get money raised on their behalf?
I mean, I'm sure they have terms and conditions. They may have a morality clause in there or some sort of discretion where they can shut down things that they think are unsavory. And if they deem that to be one of them within their terms and conditions, certainly it's a private platform. They're not required to allow anybody on there if they don't want them to be, as long as they're not discriminating.
So I hear that a lot. A lot of people will go, this is a private company. They're allowed to do whatever they want. They can make rules and get people off their platform. But when we expand that outward and we say, okay, Twitter and Facebook can ban somebody if they want, right? What about banks? Because I've heard a lot about this in the last couple of months. There was some interview on Joe Rogan that a lot of people were talking about where they said debanking is an issue. Can a bank say, this person has politics that I consider to be radical? This is the bank speaking. And we're not even going to let them have a bank account with us. Are there places like that where you do have a right to be on the platform because you can't engage in society if you don't?
Well, I think on the bank side, sometimes it's a security issue. It's and a issue of complying with federal law. As far as the bank, and I think, was it Chase? One of the big banks was hit with some huge lawsuit, and I think they actually pled guilty to some criminal charges for basically allowing money laundering to go on within the bank. So they have some liability on their side.
Okay. It was a big hit when I had to stop using Chase for that.
Sorry,
we found another way. Venmo, right?
So they can do it for reasons like that, but can they just say this person's opinions are horrible, and so therefore we're not going to let them have a bank account with us?
On an individual basis, they probably could. If that starts expanding rapidly, it could be discrimination depending how it's being applied.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Is what if a bank said we're not going to give Republicans bank accounts?
Then it's
not a protected class to be a Republican.
It's free speech, though, technically. So that now you're discriminating against somebody for their own speech. That could start to cross a line. However, if you have one crazy guy who comes in and yells all the time in the bank, then certainly you can ban him.
Right. The reason I bring this up is because we have these issues where we go, yeah, this company should be able to have whoever they want as a client, not. And we think in our head, if it's a gas station should be able to ban a person. But if all gas stations banned a person and therefore that person cannot even drive a vehicle because they can't get gas, that becomes a bigger deal. So then you would have to say there's some places that shouldn't be able to discriminate who gets to use their service.
Or that guy can always get an electric car.
We'd have to, I guess, right? Unless those people banned them too, You end up in a real problematic area here. But you think that would be a free speech claim if they started to do it widespread?
If it's done widespread, of course, they're going to try to classify it as not going after protected speech. But that's where, these lawsuits come about and litigation comes about. And if they're doing it on a widespread enough basis, even though they may say it's because of reasons X, Y, or Z, if they can show a pattern of conduct that is discriminatory, that's where they could basically get in some trouble.
Right, that makes sense. All right, let's go over here. Let's learn more about what's happening with these drones that have been the talk of all the towns. Good Morning America was chopping it up, talking about the drone mystery this morning.
A new slew of overnight drone sightings high above the East Coast, and the growing demand from frightened residents to concerned lawmakers for answers.
People
Whit
are
Johnson
freaking
also
out.
went looking for answers overnight and is here now with the latest. Good morning, Whit.
All right, they've got in this ABC News Good Morning America report, they've got 6 different videos up of people who have filmed these drones. And they look pretty similar to me. Sealand, I know that's kind of small for you. Does that look like it's a drone to you? Just what you're seeing there?
A couple of them.
The middle one on the right. That one you could
not much of anything.
you could see a landscape though,
Uh-huh.
and get an idea of to scale versus the other ones, which I mean, they
Just
all,
the sky.
But for the most part, you're seeing those 3 lights.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems to be all the same drone.
3 lights in the form of a triangle. Let's start there. Would that make sense for a drone? Do we have drones that have 3 lights like this?
I mean, usually I think you have to have at least 2 lights, and it has to be green on one side and red on the other, so you know which direction it's facing or traveling in.
Oh, okay.
Even
like
though,
a boat.
Kind of, yeah. Even though drones can back up, so I mean, if you're thinking just airplanes have to have that. You know, based on which light is where, which direction they're heading in, and they're not hitting reverse anytime soon.
Okay.
So, but
that'd be cool if they could.
Yeah, it would be kind of a mind f. But with the drone, the light rules are a little different, I think.
Would you, just glancing at these, do they look like drones to you, or they
The
look
bottom
like...
right looks like it probably could be.
Okay,
The
maybe they
top
investigated.
right looks kind of drony.
Let's see what else they say.
Hey, Robin, good morning to you. Yes, we went on patrol with officers who tell us they are getting inundated with reports of these drone sightings, and there's growing frustration as federal authorities insist there's nothing to fear, but at the same time can't explain what people are seeing in the sky.
Just for the record, how can you, as an elected official or somebody who's in charge of stuff, go, we have no idea what this is, but also nobody's in any danger?
Right, but what's the opposite, Sean? As an elected official, you want to say the opposite?
No.
You want to say we don't know what it is and everyone should full-blown panic?
No, I'm saying it doesn't make sense. It doesn't logically follow. If you don't know what the threat is or you don't know what the thing is, then you can't tell everybody, hey, it's fine, everything's going to be okay. That doesn't make any sense. And that's what they're continuing to do. All of these people are like, look, we looked into it.
It's
Everybody's
fine.
fine. There's no public threat, okay?
This morning, 2 men facing charges after police say they flew a drone dangerously close to Logan Airport. Officers able to make
that's a
the
no-no.
arrest after using advanced unmanned monitoring technology to identify the location, flight history, and operator position.
They
This
could do
comes
that.
amid growing
Yeah, right.
concerns about
That's
a series
what I was
of
telling you last week about remote ID. So any drone that's used commercially and above a certain weight is supposed to have a module on it that broadcasts, hey, this is who I am. It's also, I think, in some cases can tell you where the operator is. And that's the kind of stuff that they use.
But does that not have any impact if they're not scanning for it?
What do you mean?
I mean, they said that they had to use this special technology. I would think that this was just like built into the airport, so they knew anytime a drone was coming.
An
anywhere
airport
close.
should have that stuff.
It's when you go further away from the airport that you have an issue.
It's aliens, guys. Done and done.
I'm telling you, man, there's something weird going on.
In a couple months, we'll be doing our, hey, the Super Bowl's coming up. Let's do the prop bets. Let's talk about this side story and this side story. And again, it's going to be, what are they doing to keep drones away from the Super Bowl? And there's stories every year now about how they beef up security, and they have a bunch of these systems that read remote IDs and scan for drones, and in some case, they can take them over and land them.
Yeah, everywhere except for New Jersey, I guess.
Apparently.
New Jersey.
Is that where the Super Bowl is this year? Because if so, they're going to be screwed.
We got a huge issue if that's the case.
I hope this is all like some publicity stunt for like Starbucks drone delivery or something.
At the end, they're like, hey, guys. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do the stories that didn't make the cut. We'll do Today I Learn. We'll do Final Dispatches. We'll do all that good stuff to wrap everything up for a Monday. This is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, South Florida is sinking, creepy websites, and Anna Escamani announces a run for mayor. Plus, we'll go over the weekend in sports with Brandon Kravitz, and we'll talk to IT security specialist Danny Jenkins. Plus, tickets to see Sarah Silverman and the Wolfman premiere, plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Happy Monday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting about a 40% chance of some off and on scattered light to moderate showers. Not everyone will see the rain, and it won't be an all-day event. That being said, we are going to be expecting rain chances to increase tomorrow and into Wednesday, with a 50% chance tomorrow and 60% chance Wednesday. Temperatures, though, through midweek will be right around the upper 70s and low 80s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Whoa, what happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
a farmer's market?
Yes.
Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida brings the farmer's market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for Fresh from Florida.
You wouldn't know it, but most financial advisors are put in a box. I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want to provide you a little insight about financial advisors. Most financial advisors have to sell what their company requires them to sell, and many advisors have to only adhere to what's called a suitability standard. A suitability standard is a limited standard of care, not requiring what's sold to be best, just suitable. Advisors with this loose standard often have limited investment and product selection. Trajan Wealth is held to a fiduciary standard, which is the highest standard of care in the advisory business. And that's just one of the many reasons we have billions of dollars under our care and attract clients from other advisors. Raise your standards today and call Trajan Wealth. 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hey guys, due to the recent storms in Orlando and Tampa, Solar Source has their first ever bulk order discounts on solar battery systems like I got. I love them. Discounts starting at $1,000 off solar battery systems. They're Tesla powerful walls, and they're awesome. The lowest price they've ever seen at Solar Source. Sales are currently planned to run through December 31st, so get them now at solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a call to our friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive surgery, find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578. 689-314-7578.
If you're thinking about selling your business, now is the perfect time. Florida's economy has attracted great buyers that are actively seeking new investment opportunities. Simply put, they're looking for businesses just like yours. At Transworld, our mergers and acquisitions team has extensive experience in confidentially selling privately held firms across all industries. Call us today at 833-735-5352. That's 833-SELL-FLA. And speak confidentially with one of our advisors with no obligation. That's 833-SELL-FLA. Or visit transworldma.com. Once again, that's transworldma.com. Transworld Business Advisors, the #1 lower middle market firm in Florida. Good deals, good people.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Shop new deal drops now at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 30% off select major appliances and save big this holiday season. Lowe's knows deals. Offer valid 12/12 to 12/18. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items while supplies last.
Just Call Mo says drive responsibly this holiday season. But if you're injured, just call Mo.com.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
Again, kind of ask you a thing.
Getting asky.
Yeah, getting a little asky. Like, if you're driving out there, do this and do that. And
Not
rules
even
galore.
using local voices or your own.
He's also got a country song too, right? Is
That's
it country?
a great one. It's a banger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty catchy.
It's artificial intelligence.
I know. What a world.
Wow.
And
So
I think
we're even losing our jobs with you.
I think we talked about this before, Moses, but does the bar have anything in place for AI stuff yet? Because I know they go over all your commercials.
Not that I'm aware of. If you notice on that one, I don't say non-attorney spokesperson. I say non-attorney at the end because it's technically not a person.
That's so weird. I
was trying to be precise in how I phrased it.
Have you had the Just Call Mo holiday party? Or
We did, yeah.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, Friday.
Was there alcohol at the Just Call Mo holiday party?
Yes, there was.
Okay. What are the rules in these holiday parties that people have with drinking? Is it okay to go to the holiday party and get absolutely blasted, or is that frowned upon?
We've had issues with that in the past.
Yeah, they call it the Fowler rule.
Yes, that's the Fowler rule.
I was going to blame it on Forrest. I was going to say the Radon Cowboy was responsible.
Then I think we went to beer and wine only for a couple years.
Dang.
Then this year we went full bar, but we did provide Ubers for everybody to and from.
Nice.
Wow.
Has anybody at a Just Call Mo holiday party gotten that for? You're like, whoa, so-and-so embarrassed themselves a little bit.
Fowler.
Yes, there was somebody who had to be carried out.
Was it the guy we went to Vegas with?
No, but that's actually surprising. It wasn't him.
That guy was a
got
character.
messed up in Vegas.
That guy was fun.
So what?
Oh, yeah.
Does the person not work for the DeWitt Law Firm anymore? Is that what's going on here?
No, they still. Well, the one Sea-Lane's talking about is not. The one I'm talking about, I think was a little embarrassed for a while, but does still work there.
Oh, good God.
That's exciting. We'll go next year.
All right. Yeah, I think it's a bad idea, though, right? Isn't it? Just like really getting hammered at the office party. You're going to.
Yeah, but then you have open bar. And it's
That's what I'm saying. You feel like you earned it. You worked all year long. You go, I've earned the right to have this.
What's worse, you getting that effed up over the open bar or the person you bring with you being that person?
That's bad. If you bring somebody and your guest gets really hammered at somebody else's holiday party,
kind of weird.
It's bad for you. It's not bad for the other person because what happens to them? They're not going to get in trouble over
That's
this.
the reason why they're getting blacked out.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't work there. You can't get fired if you don't work at the place. So that would be fine. But
you could get the other person fired.
You could, 100%. That would be not great.
Not gonna believe what they've been saying about you.
All right, let's get into a couple of stories here before we fire off our final dispatches. We mentioned this earlier, but OpenAI, with all the new technology they've been releasing, they have another issue on their hands. An OpenAI researcher who has turned whistleblower has been found dead in an apartment in San Francisco.
Interesting.
The body of Sushir Balaji, 26, was discovered back at the end of November after police said they got a well-being call. The medical examiner's office determined his death was suicide, and there was no evidence of foul play, but he was speaking out against artificial intelligence company OpenAI and their practices. So people are looking at this with a bit more scrutiny than you may otherwise look at things like this. And you might not pick up on why there's a big freak out over this, but there was a California license plate that went out. Let me see if I can bring this up. And the DMV has apologized for this.
Sorry.
The license plate, they said, is offensive. Okay. Here it is right here. I'll bring it up on the stream so everybody can see it. And you tell me if you know why this would be offensive. Okay. All right, it's L-O-L-O. So here's the license plate. Okay. So everybody knows listening. The license plate is LOLOCT7.
Is it something you read out loud and then it makes the word? Or?
No. LOL October 7th, which was the attack on Israel from the Hamas soldiers where they killed all the civilians at the music festival.
Yeah, it's a little
so
offensive.
It's LOL October 7th. And this shows how working at the DMV and being in charge of what can be on a license plate and can't be on a license plate, it's a moving target. It's always something new that they're going to try to work into their license plate to have something offensive. This was on a car driving around before somebody took a picture and shared it online, and they said, we're going to recall the license plate from this person. And so they have to, it's like a moving target. They always got to figure out what the next thing is that people are going to try to put on their plates.
Can
All
you
right, here we
poo-poo
go.
pee-pee on it?
You probably cannot, but you could try. Give it a shot.
There's not enough room.
Poo-poo pee-pee?
P-U-P-U-P-P.
You
Maybe.
can put that on there.
There's
All
no,
right. Let's do the final dispatches.
These are the
Here we
final
go.
dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Not so true today. We got a little bit of time, so Moses will listen along with us as we play some of the final dispatches that we have from you today. Here's Trash Panda joining the show.
What's up, News Junkies?
Hey.
On this whole drone situation, this is going to sound really dumb, so I apologize.
Okay.
What if this is just all, like, promotional marketing for the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie? I mean, Dr. Robotnik, he uses a crap ton of drones throughout the films.
They would have
What if
revealed
this
that
is
already.
just part of that? All right. Have a good one.
You can't. You can't do that. And they have records of this failing in the past. Aqua Teen Hunger Force
I
had a
was
movie.
just thinking of that one.
And they put these little boxes with characters from the movie, and they looked a hell of a lot like a suspicious package. They put them all around these cities.
New
People
York
started
City, I
calling them
thought.
in. Yeah, they started calling them in as bomb threats wherever they were. And they got in trouble for it. It was an actual thing that they ended up getting in trouble for the marketing. Here's John. This is Sean's a grifter / hypocrite. Okay, why? See?
What up, News Junkies?
Hey.
Hey, Sean, I'm a little disappointed in you running with this news story for so long about these so-called drones over New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you just look at the evidence closely, it's easy to tell that these are airplanes. They look like airplanes. On the ADSB airplane tracker, it shows that they're airplanes. I'm not exactly sure why this has been going on for so long, but I don't get it.
This is one of
All
the
right, guys. Peace.
8 takes that you get on this is the guy in the comments. It's like, they're all airplanes. Everybody's being so
Obviously.
dumb.
Come on.
The photos that we were just looking at from the ABC News report, I would confidently say that those are not airplanes.
And you
They're-
don't think
they're
that the press conferences from multiple government officials would have said, guys, they're just airplanes?
Couple of them have. Couple of them have said they
Who?
were legally operating manned aircraft.
And some of them probably were. But
The amount
dismissing it-
of reports that there have been about these, yes, almost definitely some of them are.
Yes, some of the drones will have been planes, just planes flying around the sky and dummies seeing them and going, that's a drone. But there are a lot of stories where I've seen the video where it's clearly not an airplane. It's something else, and it's probably just a regular drone, but people are freaking out about it. And that's why they want some answers. And we would think the United States government would be a little more powerful. They'd be able to tell you what the answers were. Apparently not yet. Okay, that's going to have to be it for the I
Good
played
times.
2.
Thank
I
you,
played 2.
Moses. Love
Thanks,
you.
Moses, for
Happy
hanging
New
out with
Year.
us. We appreciate
And
you.
Hanukkah.
And we have to do the stories that didn't make the cut, brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage.
That's right, friends. Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving services. These guys are the best. They help me move all of my stuff that I did not have any desire to pick up. Some not able to at some point. And getting this stuff out of the loft was just very fascinating to watch. I had a whole bunch of like dressers and stuff, and they just lifted those things over the damn banister and carried them down a ladder. Not in my pay grade at all.
They
But
know
that's
what
why
they're
you
doing.
hire. That's why you hire people like Cento Moving, and you can get a quote today at centomoving.com. CENTOmoving.com.
All right, let's see. Apple planning a thinner, foldable iPhone to revive growth at the company.
Still doing the folding thing.
I have no interest in foldable phones, just 0% interest. There was a person who was supposed to be a prisoner found by a CNN crew, and they were cowering in this cell, and they said they saved their lives, basically. It turns out it was a fleeing officer of the regime that was ousted in Syria. It was one of the bad guys who they caught on CNN, and not one of the good guys. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
All right, Mo, here we go. We're going to do Today I Learned. You're going to get a couple of these right. I believe in you.
They get them all right, Sean.
Here we go. Today I learned this movie.
Jaws.
Jaws is correct.
Gotcha.
The reason Roy Schneider ad-libbed the line, "You're gonna need a bigger boat," in Jaws was because it had become a catchphrase on set for any time anything went wrong. It was directed at two stingy producers because their support boat that steadied the barge was too tiny. They kept saying, "You're gonna need a bigger boat."
Some bad hat, Harry.
Today I learned, let's go to the last one here. Today I learned this band right here.
Jane's Addiction.
That's correct. Jane's Addiction. 0 points for Mo this week. God damn it.
boy.
Do you even
Next
care?
time, maybe.
I'll be back tomorrow.
He's going to pop back in tomorrow, I guess.
Sorry, I did all
just to do
that
this.
goodbye speech to you. I take it back.
Maybe you'll get one more. Who knows? Today I learned Jane's Addiction song, Jane Says, is about a woman who had a heroin addiction and hoped to move to Spain after kicking her habit. The person who was actually a real person who existed didn't have a heroin addict, so they didn't have a heroin addiction. They were upset that the song suggested they
That was pretty
did.
mean.
So Jane didn't say.
Jane didn't say no. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow.